multi-stream it to all your. That's the key, dude.
That's what I want to do. Is we're live, by the way.
So cool.
I just went ahead and clicked. But no, I don't multi-stream. I should multi-stream. I need to have all my stuff on every platform. I don't. It's just one of those things. I have only Spotify and YouTube.
Well, it's all good, man. I mean, they make it so easy now. You can use OBS.
Yeah, that's what we're using. Just OBS, and it's just for recording, and then everything else is like CapCut.
Yeah. I use Streamlabs, and I like Streamlabs because they're integrated with all sorts of streaming platforms. So you just press one button, it goes out everywhere. And I also like it because if you just take a little time to learn it and get one of those, what's it called? The buttons that can change scenes live.
Steam Deck.
Yeah, I got
a
Stream Deck. I got one and set it up and added some MP3s for sound effects, and like it makes a big difference.
Like bombs and
stuff?
Bombs. Whatever. It's so funny is I didn't realize that there's so much you can do with this stuff.
It's fun, but
I like it.
But it's a waste. It's not a waste of time, but it takes a lot of time. And I got so much to do. I'm like, I can't.
Yeah.
There's so much to learn.
Oh yeah, man. It's funny because I'll go back and listen like right now. So what I've been doing is like kind of just starting the pod and just kind of rolling.
Yeah.
And it just keeps it, and then then I'll introduce like right now we got Brandon Davis from the Brandon Davis show?
Yeah, the Brandon Davis show.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. On Twitter, it's Brandon R2R, and then on YouTube, it's at R2R.
And what is R2R?
Rags to riches, baby.
That's what I was
Rags
thinking,
to riches.
Rags to riches.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
And we need to talk. We need to go in on that a little bit.
Oh, we go deep.
Whatever you want to, whatever you want to talk about, man. I'm definitely down to talk about it because you're a man of many faces.
Yeah, man.
A lot of people say I am, but sometimes I'm like, man, I don't know. You don't know Brandon.
I think you are too, dude.
Nah, you got me beat. You got me beat, dude.
There's not many personality types. I think you're that personality type, but like, I don't know what your motivation is, but mine is I'm never satisfied.
Yeah, same, man. I finally learned to be more satisfied.
Yeah,
but now I'm bored.
I know.
It's weird. I don't know if you went through that because like you're a little bit older than me, not much.
Yeah, I'm 30. I'm 39.
Okay, so 39. You got some time, like a little bit, not much, but that's what I was thinking. Like, did you go through a phase? I mean, when did you start just doing a bunch of stuff?
Shoot.
Because people are like, oh, you're just a kid, like you'll get it out of your system. But
dude, so I think every man goes through this general progression. Like you're younger, maybe you're in your teens, and you look out into the future, and you're like, there's so many freaking possibilities everywhere, right? Exactly. And then you kind of start dabbling, but you're kind of held down too from being successful because you're partying and you're chasing tail and you're trying to have a good time and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. So you go through that, like you kind of get it out of your system. Some of your buddies never get it out of their system, and they keep doing it till they're 60. I'll just tell you that right now.
I'm just now. I'm like only 30. I'm like, dang, dude, what am I doing?
Yeah, but you go like I think you get into your late 20s and you kind of start waking up a little bit. Like your 20s are for your journeys. You're going out there, you're conquering the world, you're seeing the world. Mm-hmm. You're going failing. On. Yeah, you're failing, and that's a big part of growing up too, because that kind of broadens who you are as a person.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, and I think the unfortunate thing too, there's a lot of kids in society right now that they're afraid to go out and journey and take the risks and go chase the dragon. You know what I mean? True.
That is true, and it's weird because I was never. I mean, I was that way. Actually, now I'm thinking about it. I mean, yeah, a lot of people don't. A lot of people know what I've done, and because I mean, like yesterday, I was hooking up a generator for my friend's parents, right?
Yeah.
And his sister, their daughter, was there, and I was like, I gotta open the panel and check. She's like, when did you become an electrician? I was like, I've been an electrician for like 12 years, and she's like, what's news to me? I know. 'Cause she always thought of me doing other stuff. I mean, you probably didn't even know that. I don't know.
Oh, I didn't know that, but I assumed.
Yeah, so like I have my master's and everything.
Oh, cool.
And it's just like I've done a lot of different things, but when I was, and just kind of back to teens, I graduated when I was 17, and I went to college at 17. I didn't know what I was gonna do.
Yeah.
And I had to drop out because it wasn't for me. For one, I actually had a pretty decent GPA. I had a 3.1, which wasn't, I wasn't failing. C's get degrees, right?
Sure.
So, But for me, coming up, it was go to college, get a good job in the office or whatever.
The standard
It's
stuff.
standard shit, and now I'm, doing something way different. I'm doing like nobody in my family has their own business or anything like that. And it's like a lot of my family didn't take the risks that I'm taking. I'm really not taking crazy risks, I guess, but a lot of them, they didn't go overseas and do a lot of different things. They just worked the same job for 30, 40 years and then just kind of rolled through it. But that's also not a problem. That's not a big deal either. There's nothing wrong with that either.
And I bet you found this out. It's like when you try to go the route that everybody else has gone, but it doesn't match up with who you are.
Yeah.
You suffer.
You do.
It draws energy out of you. You get depressed and you're like, I don't want this for my life,
Yeah, exactly. And I think about that sometimes. I was just having a conversation with my buddy and he said, I don't think I would ever go back to working a 9 to 5, like for a company or whatever. And I thought about it too. I was like, man, even when I want to do it, I don't think I could. Sometimes I'm like, maybe I should. But even though I work for somebody, I'm still on my own time.
Yep. Same.
It's still.
I think the only exception to that is like a hybrid role, where you're working for a company but you're in sales and you're doing your own
what
thing.
You do.
That's the only thing. And the nice thing about that too is if you've got other goals and other ideas, you can treat that sales job as just income to support you while you're chasing your own stuff.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's very true.
So
that's why sales is awesome, man.
Oh, guys, I'm telling you, if you're watching this podcast right now and you're upset about your job, your 9 to 5, you're stuck in an office in a gray box, get into sales.
Sales is where it's at.
Well, not only for the money, but also it exposes who you are. It exposes your weaknesses.
Oh man, yeah. You get in those hard conversations. It's like, even though you're not the one performing the actual work, if something happens, they'll come to you first most of the time, and then then you're kind of like, oh no,
Yeah.
It's like, oh, what do I do?
And it's like everything that you say has some sort of importance in the future.
It does,
because they're going to come back and say, oh, you said X, Y, Z, and in your head you didn't mean anything bad by it. Yep. But you shouldn't use that sentence or shouldn't use that word, and you pivot and you learn how to make deals stick.
Yeah.
That's important.
That's true. It's funny. I have, I have the power washing business, and I have the way I have it structured is the guy that works for me, I'll get the job, I'll get the lead, name, number, email, address, what they want done, and then I just forward it to my guy. Yep. But he does the sales and he does the work.
Yeah.
But he gets 70%. So it's a 70-30 operation. And the thing is they ask me questions, and I'm so vague because I know that, and I'll just say his name, Jack. I know that Jack really sells a job. He's really good. Like, he's dialed the way he does it. And I don't want to say too much. Maybe he didn't want to say something. Maybe, or something, the way that he wanted to talk about the service. So I'm like, I just kind of keep it just like as if I'm just an office person, and then he goes and does his thing, and it's so much better.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And that's important because, he's the one that's actually going out and do the work.
Exactly.
So he needs to establish a lot of that relationship.
Exactly.
You're passing it off to him.
That's all I'm doing. Exactly.
Yeah.
Because if I was in there on the phone just like selling him a dream, and then he comes in and is just like, oh yeah, whatever. I don't know. I say that we can clean certain surfaces with certain things, and he says no, we can't do that because of whatever. Then that makes me look bad, and then it's like, okay, so you're. And then, it's happened before. I've heard it. It's like, oh, well, that guy that I talked to didn't know what the hell he was talking about. And it's just, you look bad,
Dude, and when you're first starting your business, that's such an intimidating thing for people. Is like you get that when you first start it and you're trying to set up those systems and they don't work the right way, and you get like big backlash from a customer, and especially if you're a people pleaser, and you get yelled at by a customer, it hurts you.
It does.
And you're like, I didn't mean to, but they don't believe you because they get screwed by everybody else in the world.
Yeah, what makes you any different?
Yeah, but that point is where most, like 90% of people just stop because they can't handle it emotionally.
Yeah. How long have you been in sales?
Oh, shoot, man. I had my first sales experience, legit sales experience, probably in my early 20s, and my mom used to sell soap. And she'd go to festivals and stuff, everybody sells soap, and they'll make it in the garage. But they went to a festival, and they were going to a lot, and they weren't really selling too much. and I think I was like home on leave or something, or maybe I'd gotten out of the military and I was just hanging out partying. And she says, "Will you come help me sell at this festival?" And it was in Blacksburg, Virginia.
Okay.
Stepping Out, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
So I go there, and I'm hungover. I've been partying the night before, and it was hot. And I was like, you know what? I might as well let me just try this. So, dude, I think that her average was like $200 or $300 per festival, and I think in that 12-hour period we did like $1,500.
Yeah, that's a big growth.
And my mom was just sitting back, and my stepdad, he was sitting back kind of wide-eyed.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just me going up and like talking to people and like engaging, and
That's really a lot of it.
yeah,
It
and just
really
like
is.
showing them product and cracking up and smiling and being positive, and I found out I had a knack to be able to do it.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't have it naturally like that. Like some people really just try to be. I mean, they have to learn.
Yeah.
I mean, you learn, but you know what I mean.
And there's a couple different types of salespeople.
Mm-hmm.
So there's the naturals where you're just happy to be around them. They're extroverts. They got the high energy and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
But then there's another class of salespeople, and I've been around a lot of them, which is they're very analytical. They play the follow-up game. They work the system. They work the funnel strong.
Gotcha.
And they're not necessarily the most likable people in the world, but they're very effective.
That's true.
So
That's true. I had a painting guy that he actually dated my mom back in the day, and we got to know each other pretty well throughout. He passed away recently, but he was from New York. He was from Pittsburgh. He was from Pennsylvania.
yeah.
That dude was so, it's like, you know Joey Diaz?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of, so he's similar sales tactics as
Okay,
him,
okay.
but he's the type where, did you know he used to sell cars and stuff, Joey Diaz?
I didn't know Joey did. No.
So he used to, back in his 20s,
Of course, he's that. Yeah, of course he
so
is.
that's, just to give you
Sleazy
so to give you an example, he was like, but the thing is, his name was Bobby. The thing with him is he could back it up too. So he would also sell, but he would sell the job. And that's what he loved, was the sales part of it. And you know what's funny is he'll talk to you, and next thing you know, you're buying something you didn't even realize you wanted. Like, some people are good at it, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
And it's dangerous too. It's because you can talk people into anything, but then 48 hours goes by and they realize they just got.
Yeah, sometimes he'll tell me, he's like, yeah, man, I just locked in this deal in Wasena, man. It was $15,000, man. I ended up taking this guy. I told him that he can go paint this house and it'd be $5,000.
Yeah.
I pulled $10,000 from the job and I didn't even touch it. And I'm just like, how did you do that?
Dude.
You know what I'm saying? But people can do it because he sold the job and then he sold the work to another dude that needed the money. He's like, I knew Tom needed money.
Middleman, bird dogging.
Yeah, and he's like, but I'm like, normally people take the 5,000 and then the guy doing the work takes the 10. It was the other way around.
Right.
He would take the bigger.
Well,
part.
that'll get him burned, but
In the long run.
In the long run.
Yeah.
But dude, yeah, some salespeople, they get so good at selling the product because they know it and they've got confidence, which is huge.
Yeah.
Confidence in the product. Every question that the customer asks, it's immediate answer, so they feel good. Sometimes you get to a point, and I had to remind salespeople this: if a customer says yes, you double check and triple check their yes,
Or make him write it down.
or make them write it down, or just say, "Hey, listen, you didn't feel pressured here. You feel good about the product. Is there any questions? Are you sure this is good for you?"
That's fair. Yeah.
Now, but a lot of sales books that'll tell you if they say yes, go. Just close it and get out. No, if you want long term, you want loyal customers, double check and triple check the yeses.
That's true. You're right, because that makes a lot of sense, because you don't want someone. I mean, you don't want to just go over and start pulling someone's roof off, and the next thing you know,
No.
I mean, obviously you're going to sign a proposal for something like that.
Yeah.
But just for the most part, you're right. You don't want to just whatever, you know.
Well, and you got to understand that, like, you got to take a step back, almost third person, and say, okay, I'm really good at selling this stuff. I'm really good at getting people to agree. But even if somebody agrees, you always have to give them the opportunity to say no.
That's true.
Give them the power, and always ask, is this okay? Are you sure? Is this bad? Is this good? What can I do different? And then after you do it 2 or 3 times, you know how much that backs you up in the future when they come back and say, well, he pulled the wool over my eyes. I'm like, man, remember when we talked and I asked you 4 different times if you were still okay with this?
I didn't even think about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
It covers your butt.
Well, it's funny you say that, because like when I worked at Twisted Track, when I bartended there,
Yeah.
I would never ask if they wanted a 10-ounce beer.
Right.
I'll just
Just
give
do it.
a full pour
Yeah.
every time.
Yeah.
And, until otherwise noticed. You know?
Yeah.
I'm not going to be like, do you want a 5, 10, or 16?
Right. You just
You just
assume
got a
it.
16 out the gate, and that's what you got. And I never had anyone complain, you know.
No.
But I've had some of the staff, or not. I guess the manager. It was brought up in a meeting, like, you know, not because someone complained, but just like, hey, make sure that this is what people want or whatever.
Right.
And I was like, I mean,
Well, but with that sort of thing too, you've talked to them, you're chopping it up, you got a feel for them, and
Yeah.
like, you know, that's you know your
Exactly.
customers.
exactly. Well, even like they charge for ranch and stuff, you know. And I mean, if you
Just
want,
throw it in.
I mean, if you know, you
Same,
saw it on
yeah,
the menu.
yeah.
It's on the menu. It's in
Yeah.
the print.
Yeah.
It's right there blatantly, you know.
Yeah.
But they'd be like, no, you need to start telling them it's $1 upcharge. I'm like, all right, whatever.
$1 for a little thing of ranch there.
Yeah, labor.
Golly, business, baby.
I was thinking about that. I was like, $1. That's a good. I mean, that's like $50.
I mean, how
You're
much is a
making-
bottle of the ranch, dude?
I think we do I think
$8, $10.
We make it with.
Oh, you make it.
We made it, but still, I mean, what is it? 10 minutes at a $2 an hour wage.
But you probably
$5.
bought it wholesale, and
Yeah,
it's
so-
much cheaper.
Yeah, I think it's mayo. It's mayo, buttermilk. It's like literally, it's kind of nasty. if you
In
think
the
about it.
mix, the ranch mix.
So it's mayo, the ranch
Kinda
mix,
nasty.
and buttermilk. I
Yeah.
think.
Yep. Heart attack central, baby.
And I still eat it.
Like, you crush it.
Yeah,
Crush it,
you
man.
can't not eat it. You know,
You can't. You can't.
Did you ever work in the service industry?
Oh, yeah. I started a place called McAdoo's.
Oh yeah,
So you
Oh,
know
yeah.
that.
Mhm. Mikado's.
Mikado's.
That's what that one girl over the weekend said. She's like, "What is this place called Mikado's?"
Dude,
I was like, "Mikado's."
It was so funny because I was in high school. It wasn't my first job. It was like my second or third job. And I was playing sports. So I would practice after school till 5. And I would go to McAdoo's to work from 7 to 11.
Were you a
Go-
server or anything?
I
or-
was in the back.
Mm.
I was in the back.
BOH, man.
Yeah, but I remember going to that interview. In service industry, man, you get all sorts of folks.
Mm-hmm.
You get the lifers who've been there for 40 years,
Yeah, man.
and then you get the people who are just transient. They're just, just picking up some money while they're at school or something. I show up to my first interview in a full suit and tie. sat down with the manager, and he was just like, yeah, man, you got the job. That sounds good.
Undercover boss.
I was like, I didn't want to take a risk. I wanted this job, you
Heck
know.
yeah.
And my grandfather was like, always show up and look your best and shine your shoes.
Man, it's funny you say that because I mean, I still would have probably got the job. Ended up not doing it. But
Yeah.
I did a electrical job for a friend of mine. She actually owns the company I worked for
Yeah.
doing the travel stuff. She has a house at the lake, and she called me because I did some work and she's having some issues electrically. So, I mean, I've known her for years, dude.
Yeah.
It's like going over and helping a friend out.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
your house or whatever. And I was wearing shorts, a sweater, like a beanie. It looked just whatever. Just looked
Right.
kind of crazy, I guess. Hey, my neighbor wants you to look at putting an outlet on his wall on the outside of the house. So I went over there. And I made a joke. So I'm just the kind of guy where I would make the joke. Like, yeah, man, if I would have known I was giving a quote, I probably would have looked a little more professional.
Right, just throwing it out there, yeah.
Just letting them know that I'm aware that I look like a
a bum, yeah.
Yeah, whatever. And, he goes, and he used to own an electrical company, apparently. And he's like, yeah, if you were one of my guys, I would have fired your ass.
Yeah.
Said it just like that.
Yep.
And at first I was like, that was kind of crazy. Like, you said that like that. But then I thought about it. And I was like, well, for one, I'm not going to do the job for you because of the way that you kind of...
Sure.
Because I know no offense if you're listening, you probably won't, but I would assume that kind of a person to make a comment like that's going to be over my shoulder the whole time while I'm working, and I don't want someone doing
Yeah,
that.
you can be picky and choosy with your clients.
Yeah, I don't care,
Yeah.
And I was like, and actually my schedule was full anyways, so
Yeah.
but it was one of those things where I still had to take the takeaway from it. Like, I did show up. Like, he has every right to think that I was going to be
Right.
a dirtbag.
Your first natural reaction is like, screw you, dude.
Yeah.
Like, how dare you say that to me? But then you take a step back, and
Exactly.
maybe he's been a business owner for a long time, and he's evaluated thousands of people.
Yeah.
He
exactly.
knows what works and doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
So then you're like, okay, and I think over time, like, you just go back 40 or 50 or 60 years, like, everybody dressed nice. They showed up to
True.
interviews looking good. Like, dude, I will never forget. I was a sales manager for a big telecom company. I had like 3 or 4 stores that I worked with, and I'm doing an interview, and this kid comes in, like wrinkled khakis, like tennis shoes, and this is like it's a professional sales job, and he brought his mom to the interview, and I couldn't believe it, man.
That's stuff you hear about, but you don't.
It
like.
happened. It happens.
Dang.
He brought his mother.
How'd it go? Did he get the job?
No, no, and his mom followed up and started begging me to give him the job, and I'm like, what is going on here? You know?
God. Well, as a manager, what would you perceive? Like, do you think that kid, I guess you'd say, would want his hand held the whole time he was working for you?
Yeah, with those sorts of situations, what I think about is he probably is a social moron.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that mean. He just hasn't been socialized.
Yeah.
And his mother has not allowed him to go, find himself.
Yeah, and that's a problem.
Yeah, she's been over top of him, and this dude's probably in his early 20s.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I'm not just hiring him. I'm having to deal with her BS too. And
if something happens, you fire him or anything.
Yeah, and that dude's gonna crumble the second some plumber comes into the store and just chews him up and spits him out. He's gonna just crumble and start crying, and I'm not dealing with that. And his mom's gonna call me, and how dare you let that customer talk to my son like that? I'm like, lady, this is the real world.
It is, man. And it's like some people live in that fantasy land sometimes.
They live in the fantasy land, and they just don't allow kids to go get scraped knees, and don't allow them to get punched in the nose, and just go do what they want to do to figure themselves out. They're just domineering. So that's a problem with the generation, millennials, and then 10 years younger. That's a big issue. So when I'm evaluating somebody, I just look for somebody who can stand on their own 2 feet.
At least.
Yeah.
Minimum.
And I'm not very kind in the interview. Mm-hmm. I'm just very tactful. I don't let out emotion too much. Sense, I ask direct because I want to see how they respond in a professional setting.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's something I've kind of adapted, I think. Like, I did an interview one time. It was alongside actually the owner of the house that I did. And a couple of questions I asked. I think I asked, like, how do you do with criticism? And dude, and most of the time they don't really know how to respond. Like, no matter how old you are, because they never think about it. It's like, how do you, if I and another one that I ask is, what do I say? I say, what do you find? What's the most valuable part of like yourself or whatever? What value? And that's hard too, because it's hard to really like talk yourself up, and then if somebody's really good at it, most of the time it's like
problem.
Probably
most people like they don't self-audit. So when you ask them that question, not one point in his life has he ever taken a step back and thought to himself, what are my weaknesses and what are my strengths? Mm-hmm. He never went back through his life and
that's
said,
what his strengths. I don't know why I couldn't think of it, but
no, and it's just a maturity thing too. So you can't you got to understand the age and the experience level of the person you're talking to. You can't beat them up too hard.
Definitely. Yeah, I guess it's a big thing is just responding. My buddy, Suds, Suds. He worked at Starbucks, and apparently their biggest they actually train people on how to like hire. They're very structured with how they hire, how you're supposed to be a manager. Like they actually do like data stuff from what I understand, and they have like an actual script where you answer questions and ask questions, and based on their response is how you
need systematize
it. It's crazy. But I mean, look at the people that work there. Pretty good. I've never been to a Starbucks where I've seen any dirtbags.
You know what? It's funny that you say that because I actually went to Starbucks today. And I thought to myself, man, every single time I've been here, they're all friendly.
It's good service too,
and it's not fake friendly.
No,
it's good service. They're laid back, they're chill, and I don't get the impression that it's fake. So I appreciated that.
Yeah, it's nice. It's funny. Same with there's probably some other ones that are a little bit more fake friendly. I don't know, but it's like I know with McDonald's and your other chains, I think you just walk in there right now. We could just go, me and you, just get a job.
Oh, yeah.
But I think with Starbucks, Chick-fil-A, and other places, I could probably think of a bunch more if I thought about it. But, I mean, it's probably an act of Congress to get in those places.
I think my first job out of the military was Chick-fil-A.
Really? That's awesome.
And it was 3 interviews or 4
I was
interviews.
dead serious, just to be whatever.
Dude, and it went all the way up the chain. It's like the floor manager, and then like the general manager, and then the owner of the store.
No way.
And then they have to talk. Like it was like 3 or 4 weeks before I get hired on.
Dang.
And then they started me out, dude. I unloaded the trucks at 4 a.m. from 4 to 8.
That's what you had to do
every day, and then I went to school from like 9 to 4.
Oh.
So it was tough, it sucked, but Chick-fil-A,
It's
speaks
funny.
for itself.
It's funny. My last guest, Levi, he actually said that was the only job he didn't get a job at ever in his life. He said they turned him down. He's like, yeah, man, I was so upset about it. He's like, that's like what everybody wanted to do.
Yeah.
I mean, really, if there was a fast food joint I would work at, it's probably Chick-fil-A.
Dude, Chick-fil-A, man. But yeah, so this is funny. I have a fantasy football league, and we said that okay, if you ended up last in the league, you had to go work at McDonald's for like 4 weeks.
It's pretty good. I like that.
So, like it was awesome, and then the girl who lost, she didn't do it, but it was a cool idea.
How cool would that be? I would do
cool.
it. What's funny is I was laid off. I'm just not a full-time employee now of the company, just because I got some new ventures I'm doing this year. And long story short, I was thinking about it as just for fun, literally going and working at McDonald's.
Why not?
I mean, whatever, dude.
Why not, dude?
That'd be a good experience, though, wouldn't it? I think.
I think it's super important for young folks to
help with their
do
patience.
service industry and patience and dealing with customers, like low risk. It's like, okay, I get fired from McDonald's, I go to Hardee's. It's like it's not a big deal.
That's true. And then they'll probably hire you back. You go to a different branch. You go to another McDonald's.
Some of these people that I met that worked at McDonald's and worked their way up, now they own like 50 franchises. They're just crushing.
Yeah, it's
crushing.
True. It takes a lot to get a franchise too.
It does. I know.
I forgot what the buy-in was.
I don't know, but he owns here in Virginia up and down Interstate 81 from like the Salem exit all the way up.
That's probably the company I was trying to get power washing jobs with.
Might have been.
It's like a big enterprise.
It is.
Yeah,
it
is. I think I'd have to.
But he was super cool, man. Like he started from the ground level and went up.
Oh, he worked at McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
No joke. That's
he
crazy.
did. So he's been able to provide for his family. But the other thing too is like we get back and we're talking about sales. The one thing that corporate jobs are really good at is building grit and building character.
Yeah.
Because it sucks so bad and every bone in your body says leave, but if you stick with it and just keep grinding it builds a lot of character.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I was thinking about that, man. That's one thing. That's one problem I have where I love the spark in starting things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I love starting new things and doing new things, but then it's like keeping it going is the problem. It's not really, and what's weird is it's because I lose interest. It's not even because it's not doing well. It does really well.
Yeah.
Everything I mean, not to sound like that, but like a majority of the things I do, I'm okay. It's not bleeding me,
Yeah.
But it's just, I don't know. I just lose interest.
Well,
I don't know why that is. It's just weird. Do you do the same thing?
Same.
So you're following.
I'm a little bit older than you. And what I've found in the past probably 5 years is I wanted to be good at everything. Mm-hmm. And I would just split my attention 10 different ways. And I think I've gotten the maturity now to be able to finally tell myself, hey, Brandon, like, you're not going to be the best at this. And you need to pivot and focus your attention. Go all in on your strengths rather than split your time amongst your weaknesses.
That's true. Do you find what made you find your strength? How'd you find your strengths? Like, what made you do the checks and balances where you're like, all right, I'm good at, well, obviously you said sales, so it's like, we'll just say you're good at sales, right? So what made you think, okay, I'm good at sales, but I might not be good at starting up the business, but or whatever. I'm just throwing out like a random idea.
It was just doing it and failing, and then you just kind of come to that realization. You're like, well, I'm really good at this. I'm not good at this, so maybe I can outsource this part to somebody who is, and then just focus more attention, because like your attention's like an aperture in a camera, right? My problem when I was younger was my aperture is way too big. I was taking in too much light, and as I got older, it started focusing, and you'll notice that once you start focusing a little bit better, things get a lot easier. So that's one of the ways that I found out that I was on the right path. It's because psychologically and emotionally, it just wasn't as tormenting, you know?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, see, that's my thing. It's like, well, you know, actually, we should probably touch on how we met, funny enough. But
that was awesome.
That was a crazy story. I forgot about that.
Awesome.
I was thinking about that. I was going to start it off that way. But anyway, actually, let's talk about that real quick.
Yeah,
so
let's do it.
How we met is at a painting company, one of the things that I've started and didn't keep on going. But it's still active. It's still there, you know, maybe one day. But what was I doing? I was door knocking in the neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it was. I was door knocking in the neighborhood, handing out flyers. And I ran into you, and we chatted for a minute, just kind of about nothing really. No, it was actually, we just chatted about work. It was just like, do you need anything done? No, not really. And I saw that you were doing some power wash and stuff on the sidewalk or something, so we chatted for a second. But then I noticed you were I went to, I go to the neighbor's house, and then came back, and you had speakers. And I was like, oh, what do? You you do music or something? You're like, yeah, I'm a DJ. And then that was pretty much, I was like, well, me too. That's kind of weird. And then we made some other connections, and then, well, we probably didn't talk for much. We just got each other's info, but then we didn't talk for a while, and then we needed the fill in at 202 for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then
that was crazy how that went.
That's kind of how it grew. It was kind of funny. Now we're on a podcast together.
Just seeing me.
Weird.
You saw me on the street. You saw my speakers, and then, you know, you kind of feel people out. You're like, who is this guy? Is he good DJ, bad DJ? Like, what's? And but yeah, you guys called me up and you said fill in a little bit too.
You had a good run there, man. Like a year.
Yeah, a year. Friday nights mostly.
I don't really play that much anymore either, man. It's just not. I mean, this, and indirectly the same reason you don't play there anymore. But you know, I mean, it's just I needed to grow from there. I mean, it was one of those places I played. I mean, as you know, how the scene is there. It's very different. It's not like you're not always going to hit home runs at that spot.
No,
I mean, and it's very rare.
Rare.
It's like you're playing. It's like you're batting against the best pitcher in the world, and you're just trying to just even get a base hit.
Well, that's
so weird.
And you have your batting arm, your primary batting arm tied behind your back.
Yeah,
can't even play the music that will work.
God, it's insane.
You can't even do it.
It's crazy, and it is what it is. I get it. It's not my place, but it's not. Just,
yeah.
You know, I had a good run there. We started incorporating other DJs, and I finally got my foot out from there. Man, I was in there. My feet were in there for too long.
You're probably happy. You probably felt better.
I feel good, man. You know, I felt like that was like the chains that kind of kept me here in Roanoke, really. I mean, and like now I can venture out and not even just playing music, just do other shit, dude.
Yeah,
leave,
I know.
You know, I can go hang out somewhere else, you know.
Well, it's like, right, and for me, like, I do it because it's fun. I enjoy it.
Yeah. If you take the fun out, what's the point?
No point.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, I don't care about the money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's okay.
It's extra.
It's
That's
extra.
how I look at it. Yeah, it's like that was like my travel money. You know, when I DJ, and then at the end of the year, I just throw it in the stock market or whatever, or whatever investments or something. That's what I do.
Yeah.
You know? And I have all my stuff separated now. Like certain things, just so funny. I'm so weird with it now. I used to have all my money come into one bank account, like my real estate and stuff, and now it's just everything's. Because I'm like, all right, I did well here. I didn't do too good here. You know?
Go that route.
But you're talking about DJing, though, you know, that's like one of the things I've kind of hung on to a little bit. But I'm sort of getting, I mean, do you still play?
I do. So, you know, my buddy has that entertainment company.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he pretty much, like, it's one of those things where he just gives me gigs. And I don't have to do anything except show up and play. That's perfect for me.
That's the good part, man. You know, I probably had 60 gigs last year, and that was every weekend. Me
too, yeah.
And I don't know, I wouldn't say it burnt me out, but, you know, I was coming from DC, coming down here, coming from here, going to DC. You know, I had a cool little hostel I would stay at right in this.
Oh, cool.
I mean, it was a 5-minute walk from where I played.
Perfect.
It was cool, man. You go there.
Where were you playing at?
Chicken and Whiskey.
How was it?
It's pretty dope, man.
Pretty dope.
It's what the venue that we played at that's what it should be.
Yeah.
If they give you an example, like that's just they have bubble machine guns and
it's just
they throw people, rings out like light rings.
Right, and people are there to have a good time.
No matter what you play, they love it. It doesn't matter. I mean, and what's weird is like the spot here. I'm not bashing it. I'm really more or less kind of bashing the people that go really.
Sure.
To be honest, but it's like no matter. I mean. Yeah, I mean, people at DC, they might not want to hear that particular song, but they're going to enjoy it. They listen, you know.
Right, and people. Now, here's the thing: this city, as soon as I moved back to it, and I was in the music scene in Virginia and DC and like
So you're familiar.
Baltimore.
Okay.
And I found out that here we're 15 years behind everywhere else in the country.
It's true, man. It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, and
it's very blue collar.
It's blue collar, and they're just really judgmental about the music. You can't have creativity.
No, you can't. It's strange, and like up there when I play, like they love the scratching. I mean, not obviously you gotta be kind of whatever.
Yeah,
you can't be doing it too much.
Yeah.
But they still love just the craft in general, and like, people come up and like, oh my God, that was so cool what you did, or whatever it was. They actually appreciate it. You know, it's just different.
Right, and like you know, if I play like I started with a trap tune, and I just play the stems, take out the vocals, and I put like tequila on top, dun, 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 dun. Like something like that. People here just kind of look at you funny. But you go to a big city, and they're like, oh, shit, because it's creative, you know?
They love it. It's crazy.
It's not just radio music. So.
Yeah, and you know, it's funny, the NAMM show is this week. You know what the NAMM show is?
No, what's that?
It's like, you know DJX?
Yeah.
Imagine that, but bigger, but not just DJs. It's everything. Music, instruments, keyboard, whatever. I was going to go, man. A lot of my friends are there. They were like, I had a spot. I could have flew out there, but I have an appointment to go to, actually have to go to DC area next week. And I was nervous to fly out there and then get stuck and then not be able to make it back.
Yeah, because
we got
weather.
That storm. I don't know. What do you think? You think it's going to happen?
I think we're going to have 4.25 inches and about 3 or 4 inches of sleet. I think it's going to be nasty.
You think it's going to be nasty? So I'm actually plowing snow this weekend.
Yeah. It's going to be nasty, and then the problem is it doesn't melt off because it's going to be below freezing for 4 to 5 days. It's going to be bad.
That's what I was thinking. So I was thinking about, I got to go up there next week. We're still scheduled, you know, hotel and everything, but we'll see what happens. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll probably be all right. I mean, the Inter 81 will be all right.
It'll be quick. Yeah, that'll be fixed quick. Mm-hmm. They always do. But yeah, with DJing, dude, to kind of answer your question, like I get a lot of gigs. I get a lot of pretty cool gigs too.
Yeah.
Like playing hockey games and basketball games, universities. I played 3 or 4 universities last year, which was pretty nice. But you go through these ebbs and flows where you kind of lose a little bit of interest in it because you're not doing it for yourself.
That makes sense.
But once you start once you stop performing for other people, and then you're just kind of sitting on the couch and you get that feeling again, you're like, I'm going to go turn some tunes on.
Yeah.
And you get creative, and it gets so much more enjoyable when you aren't being judged by other people.
That's kind of why I quit playing as much, because, well, DC was a good one, but, you know, like I said, I got some things going on. I don't really need to be playing there too often. I'm not playing there for the next few months, but it's true, man. It's like, and that's what irritates me. It's like, dude, if I'm going to play where someone's going to dog me out, why would I might as well play for free in my fucking house.
Dude, I learned this lesson.
It's like,
so the way that I got into DJing was I produced music.
Yeah.
So I had FL Studio, and my stuff, I got all my original songs. They were just hot garbage. But I kept producing because it was my thing, and I created this. It was fun, and then I started getting to the point where my buddy, who was a DJ in Virginia Beach, he was like, "Okay, I can play this out. This sounds good." So he'd start playing it out and stuff. And with music production, you start putting music out. You're getting better and better. One of your songs hits, goes a little bit viral. It sounds like some sort of remix or something, and then you start getting followers. And they're just demanding more and more and more and more. And then you're like, wait a minute, I'm not doing it for me anymore. I'm doing it for the crowd. And you don't keep your creativity. You start just turning into all the other sound that's out there.
Exactly.
So I do regret the fact that I know that I don't have the same creativity as I did when I first started, because I got tainted by the mainstream sound.
Yeah.
And DJing, it goes for DJing too.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
it's funny because that's one thing that I like to do is just kind of put my own spin on things, like whether it's using stems or scratching or throw a little bit. I mean, I always throw people off. I'll do like, I call it what's called back spinning, where you just go back and play the same verse. Let the drummer get, let the drummer. And I'll do stuff like that. But you got to do that in it's right place, time and place for everything. You know, you could do that over here like front row or like Forking Out. Like one of these, well, that's where you get the appreciation.
They like those places, yes.
Yeah, but you go to like these other main like clubs or whatever, they're gonna be like, what the hell? I was trying to listen.
Well, I got a bone to pick too. Like, I don't know which. Let me ask you this question: what's your opinion on the past, like, say the past 10 years of mainstream music,
like the hip hop and everything?
Yeah,
it sucks.
It's like a black hole of music, dude.
It's terrible. Oh, the thing is because like you said, anybody can make anything and post it.
Correct.
I could go in here and seriously take pots and pans and record it on a microphone of me banging on them and post it, and I mean somebody might like it.
Yeah, and put like a famous rapper a cappella over top of it, and it's gonna go wild. But the good music gets no love. Gets no good love, man.
Yeah, my buddy, I need to get him on here. Stimulator Jones. Have you heard of him? Mm-mm. That's actually the song that I was playing.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So he's good, man, and he's good like in a sense of he can do R&B, hip hop, drum and bass, house. He has a lot of stuff, man. I'll send you his Spotify. He's good, man. But you know, artists. He's signed with Stone's Throw and some other pretty pretty good sized indies.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
But you know, it's like those are, and it's funny because I'll play his music out, right, and people love it.
Yeah.
Everything I've ever played, like nothing. Like I said, I mean. Really, everything. Actually, now I'm thinking about it. Even if it's the house or whatever, people are like, "Damn!" You know, there's this one song that's his better hit, I think, or his greatest hit, or however you call it, his better single or most popular. "Soon Never Comes," and I actually heard that at a Foot Locker in Tyson's Corner.
Oh, that's
so he's
wild.
pretty. He's got some streams. I mean, he's got enough. He's got a lot of listens. But I'll play it every once in a while, depending on the venue. Like I'll play that song especially if I'm in like an R&B, and people start dancing, and it's just crazy because like there's so much good music out there that you probably don't even know that some people just either love it or hate it. It's weird.
Dude, that's why I really like Spotify, because I'm on the road a lot.
Yeah.
And I'll just pull up a genre and I'll just start going through the genre. And there's like 30 songs I hate, but you find one gem and you save it to your list.
That's what I do. Yep.
And afterwards you like go back after, you know, listening to hundreds of hours of music, and you got this really cool list, and you can turn that into a set, you know, and songs that nobody have heard.
Oh yeah.
And but it hits.
Oh yeah.
Know?
And I have a friend of mine in Houston kind of did this. He's like, he kind of was just saying it just being funny, but he was like, yeah, I have playlists for certain clubs in Houston.
Yeah.
I manifest that I'll play at.
Nice.
So what I'll do is I'll make a set just for like Fork in the Eye or wherever. And, you know, if I ever get a chance to play, I'll play.
I'm the same way. So, like, let me ask you this as a DJ, how do you organize your music?
I just do it all through Serato. I don't do it, like, in the files or anything. I need to do it, actually, in the computer.
Yeah, like, what do you find works best to make a good set? Like, let's say you're live and you're just, like, going off the cuff. Like, how does your mind work through that process, through that set?
So I have a lot of crates. That's a good question. I have a lot of crates where I have songs that are from 1 to 50, and I go that's so that I know like when I play this next, it's gonna be perfect with the song in key.
Yep,
everything, wordplay, whatever it is. Like, and I don't do a lot of crazy wordplays, like exact wordplays, but sometimes it stems off of that.
Yeah.
Or I just go into a smart crate. So I don't know if you have smart crates on.
We have some virtual DJ.
So I use smart crates. So you go through and it'll say, you know, how do you want to organize it? And it'll be like just by genre. And then you do, you know, pop or something. I'll do that. And if I'm in like the hip hop vibe or something, I'll go in there. And I have so many different, Suds give me a lot of music. So I have a lot of different remixes and all kinds of stuff. I try to do a lot of originals. Not really like I'll do some redrums and stuff, but I don't try to get too funky with like the redrums and stuff.
Yeah, because some of that stuff is just too much.
Some of it's too much. And I mean, like there's like DJ NASA or something. He's got some pretty good stuff, but it's like hard. It's like kind of trappy sounding to a point. But
I know him. I played a lot of his music.
Yeah, he's got some good stuff, but some of his redrums have like hard snare hits. It's like pop, pop, you know. But as far as like how I do, I guess it just depends, man. I mean, I have some sets where, you know, at the moment depending on the situation, if I'm in like I call it like Becky Bangers, you know, I'll have a set where I'm like, all right, I'm in like a high energy EDM set right now, and I have a crate that I made. I mean, it could be 5 years ago. I don't care, and I'll just go and hit that crate.
Yeah,
go all the way through. Sometimes I might have played the same song earlier in the night, like throughout that.
But nobody cares.
It works out. Yeah, even I mean, I'll skip that one or something like that. It just depends on the situation. But yeah, I mean, I try not to overthink it too much. You know.
Have you noticed? Well, I've noticed this probably in the past 5 years or 7 years. You show up to a gig and you've got these preconceived notions about, okay, this is gonna be awesome. The crowd's awesome. Or you go there with a lot of anxiety and you're like afraid to play a song. But I've noticed that when I show up and just push all that garbage out of my mind, it's almost like self-fulfilling prophecy. It's like, I know this gig's gonna be good. I'm confident in the songs that I'm playing, and then suddenly people just start dancing.
Yeah.
But it's almost like if I feel weird, it translates to the dance floor. Even if I were to play the same music with a different attitude, it's just a completely different experience.
So the spot that we used to play, I've experienced that.
Yeah.
In a sense of, I was in there having a good time, and then everybody else having a good time, and you get that one just whatever, she'll come up, he'll come up, whoever,
and just trash you or say something stupid.
You know, you're pissed off, and then you're just like, what the hell? And then you play like shit. I mean, you literally play like lack of better words, you play like shit. Like you play so bad, and then all of a sudden the dance floor is empty, and it's because I was in my head. I mean, that's definitely, I've had that happen a lot. That almost happened actually at that gig that you put me on with at Tech.
So one person came up and just kind of said, they critiqued your music or something?
It was just older people that I was. So I thought it was going to be everybody.
Yeah.
Supposedly it was a lot of. Actually, the photographer came up and was like, loving what I was doing, but he's like, hey man, he. So I was talking to him. All right, I'll just tell you exactly what happened. I went in there. I had a set going. I was playing just like a little bit of house music, but it was chill for me. I thought, yeah. And then the coordinator came up and she said, "Hey, do you mind playing like some more like lounge music, like kind of like more chill music?" And I was like, "Dang, that's about as chill as it gets." You know?
Yeah, well, like,
it was like higher BPM, but it was like,
and they don't even know what they mean when they say that.
Yeah, and I was like, "Dang, I don't know." And then so I was like, she's like, cigars. She's like, there's some, and then she goes, "There's some older people here." I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Now I get it. I was like, okay. And it was empty by then. I didn't realize how big. I mean, that place got slammed.
It was huge.
It's like 1,000+ people. I was most people I've ever played for.
I was probably like, oh yeah, you'll be good. It's not a big deal.
Yeah,
blah,
dude.
blah.
I was like, oh god. And I'm not gonna lie. I walked in and it's this huge auditorium with all this sound and stuff. I mean, it was all good. You know what's funny is I wasn't nervous. Now, 2 years before that, I would have been shaking.
Yeah.
Nervous. I was so bad.
Why? Because you weren't prepared musically, or why?
I just used to get really nervous at venues.
Yeah.
Just I mean, my buddy, infamous Nicky Z, man, he used to. He'll be laughing if you heard this. Dude, I used to shake so bad. I'd be like at the board shaking.
Yeah.
I mean, I played in front of people. It was just because I was afraid to make a mistake, you know? Because it is easy to mess up. And I actually cared. A lot of people will mess up and like train wreck real bad and just be like, eh.
Yeah, and they don't care. I'm just saying, I care a lot.
I do care, man.
Yeah,
dude. And that gig ended up, long story short, the photographer came up and I was like, yeah, man, they said I need to kind of play some whatever, like cigar lounge music or something. He's like, yeah, he goes, just so you know, man, there's going to be some older people here. And I was like, older people, like, what do you mean?
50s, 60s, 70s.
Older than that, dude.
80s.
I was playing, so I played yacht rock all evening until obviously the dance part came, which actually worked out for me because I was just chilling.
Yeah.
And then he goes, yeah, man, you're killing it. He goes, just keep it up. This is exactly what they want. Sure enough. I mean, dude, older people were coming up to me and they were like, man, I'm loving this. I can't believe you know this song. And I was just like, wow, okay. And then I had someone come up and say, and I was playing Elvis.
Okay.
And they were like, can you play something a little bit older after this one?
Like,
And I was like, I don't even know what to play.
yeah, like Benny Goodman, sing, 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 da 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 da. You know, they want the '40s big band stuff.
Oh man, it was crazy, like swing music.
Swing, like you can get away in that sort of situation with like some Frank Sinatra, like New York, or
Yeah, and
You
that
Fly
was,
Me to the Moon.
and that was the thing is I was kind of mixing them too, like by BPM and
Yeah.
stuff. And I was just thinking, like, I didn't even need
It's
to
so
do that.
hard.
I didn't even need to do that stuff. You
Yeah.
know, I was just, but I had to have fun with it a little bit. And then also I had the monitors kind of cranked up. I mean, that was my first actual, I guess you would say production, like corporate event. That was my only one. I've never done any more than that.
They had the array. Did they have the array sound out?
They have nice.
I know.
And it was crazy.
I played that gig a couple years ago, like a year or two before you, and I remember feeling the same way. I'm like, man, this is a little bit intimidating.
Kind of was.
It was a big deal. Big deal.
Yeah, man. It's Oot Prison, man. That's like the highest. That's apparently the highest, most upstanding. Whatever.
I mean, the donor that room was probably worth billions.
Easily. Has some pretty interesting people in there.
Yeah.
Nice people. I mean, and then at the end they were all cutting up. I was playing some old like disco and stuff.
Well, dude, I remember. I think I started that gig out with like some Southern rock.
And they were feeling it.
Chill Southern rock.
Yeah.
Just in the background sort of stuff, like Hotel California, like just stuff like that. And then I transitioned into like some Bee Gees, and the older ladies started coming out, and you throw some Can't Stop This Feeling, Justin Timberlake, and a couple little remixes, and I kind of kept it that like 110 to 120 vibe for a while.
Yeah, that's where it's at.
And and then I throw out a little bit of like Sean Paul or something, a little bit higher, 120, 125
and they're liking
BPM.
that?
They did, but I brought it back. They
you.
liked it you can't play it more than once, but everybody starts salsa dancing and nobody knows how to. Everybody that DJs know what I'm talking about here.
Yeah.
So but yeah, I just hit that vein, dude, and they were just loving it. Daz Band, I played Daz Band that night.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I just played it safe, man. And honestly, it was my first gig with. With I was with him, and I was like, let me just play it safe, because I wasn't trying to get.
You should, yeah.
And now, I mean, he throws me gigs all the time, but
yeah.
I haven't been available, unfortunately.
And that's the cool thing, like it's doing this sort of stuff. It expands you as a DJ quite a bit, because if you're just used to playing in the club and stuff, club is hard, but with this sort of stuff, like you got to know decades, and you got to know genres, and you got to scan the crowd, and you got to see if people are responding to this song or tapping their feet or bopping their head, or
and sometimes that's all you need. I mean, I've played for breweries and stuff around here, just about all of them really, and you're thinking, I'm not really doing too good, and someone comes up to you and they're like, man, I killed it.
I know, it's so weird. You're like, three people come, like nobody was dancing, everybody's sitting drinking, not paying attention, and then 3 or 4 people come up and be like, dude, you killed it tonight.
Yeah, it's so weird.
It is. But I think too, especially with the younger ages, people aren't drinking alcohol as much as anymore.
I've seen a lot of those numbers have gone down.
Yeah, and when you're not drinking alcohol, you don't have any courage. People are afraid to come out and dance and kind of let loose.
That's true.
Yeah. So a lot of that's happened. So to be a DJ now and not have as much alcohol involved, it's like if you get a DJ that's getting people dancing, that's a special DJ, man, because it's difficult.
Fair. That's true.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah. I never thought about that.
Because I've noticed a decline. The parties that I threw 15 years ago compared to now is just different.
So you've been DJing for 15?
Yeah.
Dang, that's a long time.
Yeah.
In your 20s.
I sucked for about 10 years.
For real?
Well, probably like 8, 9. Yeah. Here's what's really cool about when I started DJing. I started out, there was a really big house scene on the East Coast. And it was so neat in Virginia Beach because it didn't matter what night of the week, there was always a party, house music.
Oh, yeah.
And there was probably about 8 or 9 DJs. We were all real tight. And, I was a producer, so I'm making music for them to play out. And then I said, well, I want to learn how to DJ. So fortunate that these guys like taught me how to do it the right way.
Yeah.
Before we had auto sync and all that sort of thing, I'm just sitting in somebody's living room. We're drinking beers, and
Yeah.
he's teaching me how to beat match.
Doing it on like the computer or like vinyl.
Vinyl or CDJs with thumb drives.
Dang.
So it was just so good because I can't tell you how many times that you use the software, and sometimes I turn on auto sync because I'm quick mixing and I just want to fly through it.
Yeah.
And actually, I do that most of the time now because I don't, unless it's a major gig and DJs are standing over me, I'm not going to do it. But when that software breaks and you got a track coming up and you don't have the auto mix or auto beat, dude, you got to beat match it.
Yeah.
And there's so many people that they have no clue how to do that.
They really don't.
No.
Or they have just they just use intros and all that stuff. And I mean, I do a lot of that, but I started getting into more traditional DJ stuff, like playing originals and stuff like that, and actually mixing on like 4 bars and like real quick, and coming in on the 2, like on the snare. And
I started watching all the Red Bull freestyle stuff, and that really got me excited about it. And now I'm starting to see kind of the next generation of DJs, and they're just really, I think it's in its infancy now, but they're starting to use stems, quite a bit.
It's pretty crazy.
And some people, the unfortunate thing, my only critique about that is some of these people don't have a musical ear, so they can't even tell that like the chorus isn't even in the same key as the track.
Yeah.
But they're jamming, but they have no clue that it sounds horrible.
Did you see the last Boiler Room? The girl.
Did she train wreck or something?
Just train wrecking like crazy.
Like beat matching or just everything?
It was pretty bad.
Why?
She was trying to, I mean, it sounded like she was trying to mix Latin and a house track together.
And it sounded like shoes in a
was
dryer.
And she was throwing like the up fader, like hitting the snare, but it was off beat too. And like everyone was still dancing, and she was like spinning. I think she had it in slip mode, so slip mode, you can backspin
and it'll go right back. Yeah.
She was doing that a lot. Like it was terrible.
And you're just like, man, how do those guys get those gigs? I could destroy it,
I think about that all the time, man. And like, that's the weird part. It's like, I'm not even as good as a lot of especially the people that I know. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. There's some people I know now since I've been networking and stuff, man, that are like pro. I mean, literally, like, you could be a pro. Like, you and I are pros, but I'm talking like
pro.
You're here and you're then. It's like, I need you to do some crazy beat juggling, and like this dude can, do it real quick. But it's crazy. And I guess, talking about like Joey Diaz and them and stuff, a lot of these, because it's a money thing, like Comedy Central made a lot of comedians, because, Joey Diaz and all them are comedians.
Sure.
Like the real comedians, like they're actually in it.
Yeah.
Don't get famous because like places like, we'll just say Boiler Room and all those, they put the people that, they just look good on camera. It's like they're not really.
Well, you get to the business side of it, and these people, they're pretty. They know how to DJ a little bit. They're friend of a friend of a friend of a famous DJ. They get a good word put in for them. They get picked up by these talent agencies, and then they start booking them.
And that's it.
And that's it. And then they get a little bit prettier. They get a boob job or a facelift, or the dudes are buff, and they that's what it's all about. It's not about the music.
It isn't.
It's about making money. So once I understood that, like, I don't feel as bad.
And honestly, man, that's kind of why I've gotten out of it a little bit.
Yeah,
Believe it or not, I mean, I used to try so hard to network and stuff, and I do. Man, I mean, and that's, I tell people, there's people that I'll see that have 20,000 followers. Like, I only have 1,200. There's people that I see have 20,000 followers, and they don't have any. Like, I have heavy hitters. I mean, I'm not trying to brag, but I have some pretty famous people.
You're a great
follow
DJ
me.
Too.
Thanks, man. Like, I have a lot of famous people that follow me.
Yeah.
Like big time, like Trey's and all these people, and like they'll message me, and like I'll message, like we talk and stuff. But you have these people that have like 20,000, 30,000 followers. Nobody know, like, who are they? Don't even follow. Nobody follows them.
Well, the question becomes too: did the talent agency buy those followers?
Yeah, and you can buy followers pretty quick.
Yeah, and like in my in my world on social media, it's like I know when you buy followers because I can pull up the social media metrics and I can see
where they're located.
Well, you have a growth metric, and they're getting 5 followers a day, 5 followers, and suddenly in the period of 4 days they get 20,000 followers, and then it's 5 followers because they bought them.
And how do you buy? You just like, so I've done this before where I just dropped a pin. I made a video. I just wanted to test it out. My buddy was telling me about it being funny. But you put like $5 on a post, and then you just drop the location of your audience in like India or like somewhere other than America. And like, that's how you gain a lot of followers. Or you're saying you could straight up go and buy followers?
You can. There's websites
where you can literally buy followers.
They run bot farms with 1 million accounts, and you literally pay. You can pay $50. You can pay $40,000.
Are you serious?
100%.
And that's what I was thinking. Cause see, I have, like I said, I've like boosted a post and dropped it into some random. I just be honest, like I dropped it in some random country. I think it was like Thailand or something. Because I would like to play in Asia. I mean, that's a cool spot anyway. So whatever, if I could build a footprint there. But I was thinking about that, and I was like, I only gained maybe 100 or something, like 200, whatever. But I thought about that, and I was like, dude, there's people out here that really actually pay just for followers.
They do,
and
because you got to understand, followers are currency.
So it's funny. I was gonna actually lead into this. So a buddy of mine, I met him when I was in Singapore. He's a DJ. Met a lot of people over there. Cool guys. Everybody there was super nice, man. It was funny. I don't know if it's just because I was the only white dude that was hanging out or what, but it was hilarious. But they're just genuine people, man. And this one dude, I'll just shout him out. Point Pedro, man. He's cool. He's from Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
And he wanted me to go out there.
Yeah.
And I can't do it.
That's
right
a hike.
Now on my schedule. It's such a flight. I was like, man, I have to really plan and like be there for, weeks or like, not even just there. I would have to be on like a tour or like visiting friends. I have friends in a lot of places, but it would just be a lot of logistics. But he wanted me to come out there and play, and we were talking, and he actually mentioned my social media account. And he's like, dude, the way that it is here, and he wasn't bashing. He's like, I know you're not really too big on it. He's like, you post stuff, but he's like, you're not doing it the way you probably could, the potential.
Sure.
And he said a lot of these people, especially in his country and his cities and stuff, they like to see that somebody has 50,000 followers.
They do.
So when they put DJ Jack Carter or DJ Davis, on there, they want to be like, oh, let me just click on this guy's link and see what he's about.
Yeah.
Oh, dang, he's got 50,000. Like,
right.
Nobody's going through looking at the reel. Now, I think we are coming to a point, yes, where people are going to start looking and be like, well, I feel like that road's coming to an end. But, if they see that I only have 1,200 followers, they don't give a shit that I know Trays or any heavy hitters or I've hung out with Scratch Bass or any of the, they don't care about that.
They don't.
They don't even probably know who those people are. So it's kind of a weird, it's definitely a strange industry.
Well, let me tell you this. This is what I've noticed because I've been in the social media game. I've seen it all. Yeah, and
sounds like you know a lot about
it. If you play the long game, it's going to suck for a long time. But when you arrive at your destination, it's going to be solid. You're going to have real people that really like you, and you've grinded for every single person. And it's like you see accounts with 1 million or 2 million people, and they have 50 comments when they post something. That doesn't make sense mathematically.
Yeah, it actually doesn't, And I see girls, some girls have, now there are just girls that have just a bunch of creep guys just. That's its own, that's a different topic.
Correct.
But you're right. I mean, you have people that have 100,000 and they don't even have any likes,
They've got no engagement. It's because it's fake.
Exactly. But you get people like Scratch Bass, like use him as a great example. He's got probably, I think, 400,000 followers now, and he gets stupid amounts of it's real. It's like, this is the real deal. But he's international. I mean, he's worldwide.
He's international, and he grinded it. So it's like, I tell everybody comes up to me, they're like, how do I grow my social media? I'm like, it's just consistency. It's taking a look to see what works and what doesn't. If something works, start going down that road and tweak it a little bit. And then you'll find a vein and you'll hit it. And suddenly you wake up and you got it was funny. If you go to Brandon R2R, just an example. I've got on Twitter, I've got 20 or 30,000 followers.
I was about to ask you that.
Yeah. And my thing is I talk a lot about the markets and crypto and politics. But when Jake Paul got his jaw broke, I clipped it as soon as Anthony Joshua knocked him across the jaw in slow-mo. And I put some catchy headline, and I go to bed. I posted 10:30, 11 because I watched the fight. I wake up the next morning at 2.5 million impressions.
Oh, impressions. Okay, I thought you meant to say followers.
No, not followers, but
that's still a lot.
It went crazy in a super short amount of time, and I had thousands of comments. and like I don't know how many shares and bookmarks and likes and all that. But it's like you just never know when something's gonna hit.
You don't.
I've had those experiences more than one time.
Yeah, that's true. And TikTok's a good one too for that.
Oh, it's much better than any other platform.
I posted on TikTok, and it was me just scrolling. You don't really mess with TikTok, do you? Or you mess with TikTok
I got some. Yeah, I got TikTok too.
I don't know.
I got like 5,000 followers on TikTok.
You follow me on that?
I don't think so.
But it's a video of me just scrolling down my music list and just playing like the first 2 bars of each song. Just going like boom, boom, boom. I mean, hitting the next song, and I'm scratching in off beat, like being like doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is how some of y'all DJs sound.
Correct.
And dude, it went off. I mean, it didn't get 2 million, but it still got like 3,000 likes, and this is all organic, not whatever. And I think probably another 300 comments of just people being like, yeah, man, that's it. That's true. Whatever. Yeah. It's kind of crazy, but I only posted on TikTok. I didn't post it on anything else, which I should start putting it in different places, like you say.
Well, there's programs for you to be able to do that too. So it's like you just upload one post and it posts it everywhere and optimizes it for you.
That's what I need to start.
You got to get into AI, dude. You got to dig into the AI social media stuff.
I know.
Otherwise, you're gonna get left behind, man.
I know. That's the biggest thing too. Is a lot of people are knocking it, but I got a buddy of mine. He mentioned the AI. So like back when the internet was first a thing.
Yeah.
He's like AI is like. He thinks AI is the new internet craze.
Sure.
But if you, like you said, if you really can capitalize on it, I mean, I wouldn't say that if you start now you're late, because you're never late. But at the same time, now is definitely, like a few years ago, you'd probably be better off. But I think now is like definitely the time.
Dude,
it's so user friendly.
It's not too late, and it's because people use so I use ChatGPT, I use Grok, I use Claude, I use quite a few to do all sorts of different things. But I got this year in review from ChatGPT. It said I was in the first 1% to 3% of users. I was there. So you can have all these people that are just using the platform to ask it questions, and that's all they care about. Just the questions they have on the top of their head, like a Google search bar. But then you have the other people that understand the virtual agents that you can create, the fact that you can code your own websites in 2 seconds,
it's
and
insane.
The automation, like as a business owner, to push somebody through a flow, you can learn to do anything. And the people that just take a little bit of time to learn a little bit every day about this or every week, they're going to be so far ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, it's
true. And
true.
people are going to reach out to you because you're the resource on how to do this stuff.
It's true.
Who do you know that knows how to do that in your life right now?
You.
Nobody. Well, yeah, but
like just anybody. Yeah.
I'm the only person that I know that knows how to do it, other than some relationships I have online.
Yeah. That
I've networked, but nobody in real life. Like in our city, people don't have a clue.
No,
they don't have a clue.
No, it's like all of my Twitch stuff. Everything so all of my artwork and everything, I just use ChatGPT.
Why not?
I mean, my DJ logo is I went on Fiverr. I mean, yeah, you're taking food out of people's mouth, whatever. I don't care what people say. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a tool. It's there.
Fiverr's using AI. They're charging you for it.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I went on where I found this. I needed a logo, and it was $15. And actually, probably shouldn't say this out loud, but what I did is I screenshotted what their samples were and just like cropped the one that they did, and I just put it in my and I just say, hey, make this look like this, but say Jack Harden. And it did it.
Well, dude, let me tell you this. I got a job, a job I was trying to sell because of AI. Let me tell you why. Go to this guy's house. He's about like 80 years old. I'm selling him a product. He's actually probably 85. His wife has dementia, and he's just telling me about his whole life. He grew up in Montana. He's a sheep farmer. He said he had this huge ranch, and everybody tells you stories, the older folks, and you're like, okay, huge ranch, cool, whatever.
All right, Grandpa, yeah.
And then in the middle of the conversation, I'm typing something on my iPad, and he walks around the corner. I see him out of the corner of my eye, and he brings back this envelope. And it's this envelope of pictures that he took in 1970 of his ranch. It was actually crazy, dude. He had like 200 sheep, and like you saw pictures of him as a young man out there, and they were all faded. Those old photos, they're faded, and it looks like there's a liquid drop on it or something. So there was a little bit of a lull in the conversation, and I said, hey, let me see about 3 or 4 of those pictures, because he was like, man, I just wish I could send this off somewhere and get these restored, and it just sucks.
Make them look better, yeah.
So I pulled up Grok. and I said, Grok, give me a prompt to restore an old photo from 1970. So that's step one. So Grok will give you a prompt that you copy, you upload the picture, and then you paste the prompt, and then it redoes the entire photo. And dude, I took the first photo and did it. I'm like, let's see how good this is. Dude, it was wild.
It made it look
It
perfect.
restored it perfectly. And then I didn't tell him I was doing it, and I kind of said, "Hey man, what do you think about this?" And he kind of leans forward and he kind of like squints a little bit, old man style. And dude just started crying.
Dang.
Dude, he started crying, man. And he was just begging me. He's like, "Can you do these photos for me?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's do it."
Yeah.
So I got to send him these copies instantly, and it took me like 3 minutes to do all that.
Dang, that's pretty
And
cool.
so and that helped me get the job. You know, and I didn't do it because of that. I did it because I could help him.
Yeah.
He has no clue, you know.
Oh man, he would have took those somewhere and they would have charged and done the same thing.
Outrageous.
Yeah.
I did 3 minutes for free. And his son was actually there too. He traveled in from Idaho or something. And I said something about AI, and he just started grumbling. He's like, "Oh, AI is going to take over the world. It's bad. It's government, you know." So
Yeah.
I'm like, well, guys, listen. You got to learn the tech.
Just like electric cars, man.
Yeah,
Like,
it can be used good for bad, good or bad.
I got friends that joked to me when I got my Tesla. Now they're all like, "Hey, man, so what do you? So what do I need to know about them?" And now they're buying them. I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know if you noticed.
I didn't know you had a Tesla.
Yeah, I got a Model 3. Yeah, I bought it. Well, a year ago.
Nice.
Yeah. I love it, man. I recommend everybody have at least one electric car in their household. It's
Yep.
just, dude, whipping around, going to the grocery store, whatever. I mean, it's interesting. So living in a condo now, it's better if you have a home. Well, even you have like street parking, right? So it'd probably be hard for you.
Yeah.
Do you have a driveway or anything?
No, I don't.
So like, if you have a house where you could just hook you up to your house,
Yeah.
it's nice. It's really convenient. Most people are like, "Oh, my electric bill went up," or it's going to go up.
What about your gas bill?
I know, it's like I have my big dually out here. I don't know if you saw that, but like I have that out there, and it's like, I mean, I spent $60 driving that thing around 3 days. I mean, I drove kind of far, but in the car, it's nothing.
It's not as loud. So, yeah, dude, my whole thing when electric cars started coming out and they were really pushing it on us, my thing was like, you know, I want there to be competition, free market competition between gasoline powered cars and electric vehicles.
Yeah.
If electric vehicles get their stuff together and create a good product and the market wants to buy it, then let's buy it.
Yeah.
If not, then don't shame me for not having an electric car.
Exactly.
But now, like, yeah, I've test driven the Teslas whenever I go to Fort Lauderdale or I go out to Chicago or somewhere. I always rent.
You rent one
just to test them out.
They're cool cars, man.
You know, my favorite one is it's this small little coupé thing that's built by Ford. Forgot what it's called. It's a black. It's like a hatchback.
Not Focus, but
no, it's like a cross tour. It looks like a shrunken cross tour Honda, and it's by Ford. And that thing, the thing I like about it, Teslas compared to that aren't as comfortable as the Ford. The Fords are very comfortable in my opinion.
That's what it's funny. The only reason I really got a Tesla, if you want to be honest, is because the infrastructure is already there.
Yeah.
It's easy. There's not really many places you can't find a Tesla
no
station.
Adapters.
You don't have to do all that. You pull up, plug it in, and go.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to worry about pulling out your card. And you know, I got a buddy that pushed the Tesla on me, and he explained, he's like, "Listen, man, you know, you're gonna have to get adapters, and you're gonna have to make sure you go to the." He's like, with the Tesla, I'm sure all the electric cars, I haven't researched enough to care, I guess, but the Teslas is just so much better. You know, you can find
simple. Quick
simple.
charging.
Yeah, their infrastructure is already there, and with the regular cars, I feel like, you know, plugshare.com is what you can use. I'm sure the cars, I say regular cars like the Chevys and all that stuff, they have destination stuff. I'm sure you could find where chargers are, but I don't know. It's just better.
Yeah, I actually saw today Elon tweeted that the self-driving package is
So they're
$100 a month or 7,000 or 8,000 for one-time payment.
So now they're actually getting rid of autopilot forever. So are you familiar with the autopilot?
Yeah, I was curious. It's like is it FDV versus autopilot or FD? It's two different things. what is autopilot compared to what that package they're selling?
So my car has 3 different ones. So you have the adaptive cruise control, which it slows and whatever. It's,
while you're in traffic.
Typical, you know. It also has autopilot that keeps it in the road on highway use. So you're driving up the road, it has adaptive cruise control, and it keeps it in the lanes.
You got to keep your hand on the wheel, or no?
You do, but the thing with that is there's just I probably won't get into that. That'll be an off camera. I'll tell you other options.
Yeah.
But then there's full self drive.
Yeah, FSV.
Yeah. Full self. Yeah, and then
something like that.
Supervised, what they call it. Whatever. Full supervised, they say. FSD. Supervised. And that one you have to be in full attention. Like you can't look at your phone. You can't even look over too long.
Right.
It's pretty crazy. But I mean, that thing will pull out of the parking lot, drive you to where you want to go.
Well, he said, he's like, you better get this package now because soon we're rolling out the one where you can do your homework and sleep in your car. Did you see that?
I've heard about.
He tweeted it.
So I saw on Joe Rogan he had talked about they were coming out, and this was probably in November last year, that they were coming out with like never seen before or whatever. Like
they just tested a drive from California to the East Coast, full self-drive with that tech where you can sleep and not worry about anything. It did it.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you, that thing saved me a couple times. I've driven in my car and like nodded out and stuff, just driving up late, whatever, just something, whatever, and it saved me. I mean, it really did. Like it beeped at me a couple times because you do have to hold it. But long story short, I mean, I don't do full self-drive.
Yeah.
Because it's just too finicky. I mean, there's times where I've been in the autopilot and it's like kind of gotten, but I have old hardware. Mine's an 18 model. So I got it during the tax break.
Yeah.
I got 4,000 off.
$4,000.
I think I paid, that's the reason I bought it. You know, my buddy was telling me, he's like, dude, you should buy a Tesla. Because go look at a Honda Accord. I mean, you're going to spend, I think I paid out the door, I paid 21,000 and had 30,000 miles, full self-drive package. It wasn't the monthly. It was like someone paid the $8,000 out the gate.
Yeah, my buddy's like, regardless of your political leanings, like I'll never forget this. 8 years ago or something, he was just singing Elon Musk's praises.
You know, a lot of people were.
And he's talking about Teslas. He's like, oh, you seen the Teslas? And I was like a gasoline guy. I'm like, yeah, I'm not ready for it. It's not kind of where I want it to be yet to make that investment.
Yeah.
And then fast forward to now, and he's like, he's a lawyer, and he's going to get a car. And he just wasn't having it, dude. He was like, you know, F Elon Musk. And
it's weird how that works.
He's boycotting. And so he bought a Ford Lightning, which is the pickup truck.
Yeah, it's like
electric pickup truck.
Yeah, the competitor to the Cybertruck.
Yeah.
In theory.
And I don't know, like for me, I just want to be able to, I need it to be dependable because I'll drive long ranges. And sometimes I'm out in the cut, and that's what concerns me.
So you have to really
plan.
You do. I mean, you have to plan. You can't just when I did the podcast with this one guy, Vinny. I actually went to his house to a Christmas tree farm in Floyd.
Sweet.
Super cool. Oh yeah, I should have told you about the pellet.
No, it's good. It's good.
Yeah, I had to take mine out. But long story short, I had to plan, dude. I had to charge my car a significant. Now the car does plan it for you. You really should put your address in no matter what.
Yeah.
But you can't if your car's low on battery and you have to go out somewhere random.
You can't.
You have to. I mean, it's like, hey, give me 20 more minutes or 30 more minutes because I have to.
Wait, you got to call in to do that?
No, I'm just saying. If you're talking to the customer, it's going to be 30 minutes longer because sorry, I was doing like that.
Yeah.
Because you have to charge your car. You have to go to a Tesla station.
Yeah.
Charge your car. Wherever that is, there's really not a lot in Roanoke, which is annoying.
Yeah.
You know, I have my free spots. I got spots where I park the car for an hour or two, and you know, keep that off record too.
All right, we'll keep it on. Well, it's on record now.
Yeah, it's all.
Better edit that out.
It's my tax always pay for them.
Okay, gotcha.
It's not like free. I'm sure I pay for it somewhere.
City Hall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
But there are like some stations and stuff. But it's funny. You said you know, it's weird. People were hating. Like people used to love Tesla, and now people gone or not Tesla, but Elon, and then now it's like been a flip.
Dude,
flip. I don't know much about it, to be honest with you, but
I mean, I know a good about. Here's the thing: it's like I can talk a lot about it. I got my opinions on it, but it's just like Elon didn't get invited to Joe Biden's like electrical vehicle summit, and he's the number one company in the world at that time, you know, for EVs, and that just blew my mind. It was because Elon had made clear what his political leanings were.
yeah,
And that's where we are as a world, man. It's like you're in the club or not.
I don't really like that, man. I think it's kind of, I don't think, I mean, at the end of the day, I've always said this, either a good person or bad person, you know, no matter what you think. I mean, I know people, I mean, religious views, everything. I mean, not to make it a political podcast, but I know people, it's just fucked up. Like, I mean, I feel like at the end of the day, if someone was dying and they're like, before they die, you ask them, "What are you, a Democrat or Republican?" And then they say one way or the other, and you die. You let them die. They're just a shitty person too.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? That's just that's a very extreme. But you get what I mean.
President Reagan got shot, and he got rushed to the ER, and he gets out and he's at a press conference. He's like, I really he's about to go in surgery. He's like, I really hope my surgeon's a Republican, right? It's like. A doctor is going to save you regardless if you're a Republican or not, or you're a terrorist or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's unfortunate. And at the end of the day, people in media have trained each side to hate the other side.
Yeah.
Like hate them vehemently from the core of their being.
Very. It's weird.
Because they make you think that the other side hates you. And
that's the weird part about it. And that's what's weird is what I've understood is just, I don't really follow politics too much, man. I don't. It's not like a bad thing. I just don't know enough. I don't know enough to talk about them.
Right.
Like to even. I mean, I don't even know enough to say like I'm a Trump supporter or not.
Sure.
You know, what's funny is a lot of people are like, "Oh, you're a Trump supporter," just because of the way I am, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like, and I'm like, I mean, fuck. I mean, I'm sure there's things I hate that he does. I'm sure there's things I like. I'm sure there's things other. I mean, I don't know. You know, there's some stuff. I don't do it. I don't associate enough with it to really know anything. To be honest with you, I know what's really going on. I mean, I see stuff all the time. Like, I guess the news. I don't like the news either. You know, when the whole Afghanistan thing was going on, when Biden was in presidency, I mean, I had friends that were there, and they were like, "Dude, it's not like that right now. Like, it's just it's so misleading, dude." And I just don't even. It's just not. I've been in the government side of things, not military, obviously, but I see a lot of stuff, and I'll see what it really is. And news and media really jades people.
Well, you know, I was very fortunate to join the military because I got to travel all over the world. And the one thing I quickly realized was, you know, for the better part of 10 years, from like 10 years old in school all the way up to 20, you know, a lot of people train you and condition you to think that the world hates the United States.
Yeah. They might joke us. They might laugh about it.
I have never met somebody overseas that didn't want to be here and didn't like us.
It's true.
And I've been in enemy territory.
Yeah.
They begged. They got lottery set up, and it's because it's opportunity. And they still, so it's like, well, how come the media for my entire life is teaching me that we're just the most horrible people in the world, but everybody wants to be here? When I talk to them face to face,
it's kind of weird, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what opened up my eyes. I'm like, okay, I got to be careful about the information that I believe.
Yeah, and I mean, just going to those countries too. Like, I was actually talking. I met a girl somewhere. I forgot where it was, and she's from Malta though.
Yeah.
And I got her on Instagram or something. Oh, I posted that the bread was missing, all the milk and bread. You know, the storm was coming, like the joke. And she was like, "What's going on here?" You know, just people I know just throughout the years just message me every once in a while.
Yeah.
What's going on with that? And I was like, "Yeah, we just got a storm coming. It's, for some reason, milk and bread is the first." And she goes, "Oh, is that like the toilet paper thing?" And then I was like, "Wait, did that happen in Malta?" She goes, "No, none of that happened here."
But that spread over there, that word
yeah,
spread.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
and that's what I was saying. Like, they might think we're kind of crazy. But
well, and I think their media over there trains them to think that we're all complete freaking idiots. Now, there's some actual truth to that.
Yeah, let's say some stuff might be a little bit.
I think we are spoiled, and I think part of that's because we're landlocked. I mean, we got oceans around us, you know, and we can't go into other countries and experience different culture's that way.
That's true.
Languages and
that's the weird part, man. It's like, and I don't disown people for not traveling, and I don't think that I'm better than a lot of people, but I will say, man, traveling has made me, especially from an area like this, it's made me a lot different, man.
it has 100%.
You have to. I mean, you know, people always say, "Oh, you got to watch out going there." Like my family's, and you know what, you got to hear that too. Like you can't get too comfortable. You know, I mean, I got a drone stolen out of my car in Costa Rica last year. I was comfortable. I mean, I hadn't ever had anything stolen, but and it was 12 years, but that's a good run. You know, I've been traveling for a long time.
Right.
Finally got something stolen. But you know, people always tell me to watch out, be careful, this, that, and the other. I'm just like, have you been there before? You know, they're like, no. Well, you can't really say that it's that dangerous. I mean, you know, but you got to hear that too. It's like, be on your.
And it's the same way that the people overseas feel about America. Like a lot of the criticism I hear online, and I'm in contact with a lot of people. It's like, you know, I'm gonna go to the United States. I'm gonna get shot as soon as I walk out into the city. I'm gonna get robbed.
That's what people think.
Everybody thinks that. It's like, yeah, you go to Chi-Town, you roll up in somebody's hood,
acting stupid. You still got to be disrespectful. You still got to be stupid.
Yeah, this and that. It's like and then they paint the whole picture about the Second Amendment and this and that. So, no matter where you are in the world, there's a narrative, and people are going to paint this narrative and condition people for whatever reason they have to do that. They're going to do it, but the biggest thing, this is so important. And this isn't like a right wing or left wing thing. Freedom of speech and freedom of movement is so important because we can talk to each other and we can meet each other. And when you do that, you talk and share ideas and find out that we're much more common
than you think.
The places in the world that don't have free speech and free movement are the authoritarian folks, the tyrannies and things like that. They don't want people banding together their opinions and ideas.
That's true, because that creates a lot of friction.
It does.
And that's why, I mean, America's got a lot of friction.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, now some people probably need to be told to shut the hell up, but you know, some people also, you get to say whatever you want. You know?
Well, yeah, for the most part, you know. I think they train us to look across from each other, and I think that's to trick us into not looking. I think it's a money thing.
Makes sense.
More than a race thing or a gender thing or this or that.
Yeah.
Keep us separated, because when you have problems, the people who are in charge of you, as long as there's a problem there, then they can legislate the solution.
It's true.
So
similar to like a storm coming and somebody's probably got stock in milk and bread, man.
Right. They don't want problems to go away. Problems, solutions don't equal power. Problems equal power.
That is true, man. I never thought of it like that. Yeah, that's true. Because you're right. I mean, it's just like, if you think that all, like, just use guns, for example. I mean, I know I got friends. I mean, whatever. I mean, they're just like, I bought a bunch of ammo because I know that I'm going to, something's going to happen. I'm like,
sure.
Because, like, that's a problem, right? So it's like, well, I need to prepare, right? Yeah. Just like anything. I mean, look at all the snow shovels. You couldn't buy a snow shovel. I bought 2 today.
Where'd you find them?
Northwest Hard. I'll sell them to you.
Okay, I'll buy one.
I got a couple.
I'll buy one.
I literally bought 2.
All right. You gonna gouge me $100?
$100 a piece. No, actually, but they were $35. They're probably gone now.
Oh, they're gone.
They were over at Northwest Hardware.
They were gone 3 days ago, dude. I mean,
yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, what's crazy is everybody's freaking out, but like you said, what if it only gets? It's just a light snow.
It might, and it might, dude.
And now it's like
models have been trending that way.
But think of how much money people made
on fear,
in any snow removal and fear,
on fear and anxiety. Yeah, you just keep hitting that button.
It's
keep
crazy.
Making more money.
I know, man. That's why I do Amazon stuff. I sell stuff on Amazon, and it's not. I don't sell stuff out of fear.
I did FBA.
Oh yeah, we talked about that. Yeah. Man, I lost a lot of money this year because I wasn't familiar with the advertising. I didn't know you should probably turn off your ads while you have no product in stock.
Yeah,
and I was just getting burned up in feet. You live and learn. But and then what was it? Black Friday, I sea shipped everything, got it all in for cheaper than I would have air.
What product were you selling?
It's just a little silicone case for a kid's toy.
Oh, cool.
It's just nothing crazy. It's just a little media player thing.
Nice.
And it's funny, man. bought, like, my buddy got me into it. I started it at the beginning of last year, and I'm thinking I'm gonna sell at least, you know, you got to build the product. You know how it is. You start cheaper, and I was fucking losing money, man. You know,
Yeah.
it was terrible. And then I got to September, and it was getting eaten up with fees and stuff because I didn't know any better. And he's like, just order 3x of whatever you think you're gonna sell for Christmas. I was like, all right, whatever. I'll risk it. Like, what's gonna hurt?
Sure.
You know? Man, I sold all of them. I made like $5-6 grand in December. Like,
What?
Black Friday,
Yeah.
into December, January, yeah. And now my sales have teetered because obviously I'm out of stock for one. But I'm like, that's when my buddy Levi that was on the podcast, the last one, I was like, dude, I want to sell. And we were crying, laughing because he was just giving me a hard time. But I was like, yeah, man, I want to sell like pumpkins or something, like,
Yeah.
but like fall decor, Christmas decor,
Yeah.
Halloween.
I came up with literally yesterday, came up with an idea.
Mm-hmm.
I shoot a lot of pool. I play pool competitively
Where at?
all around town.
Really?
Yeah, all
I've never
around
seen
town.
you. My mom does too.
Well, what's your mom's?
Uh,
Well, don't tell.
Yeah. Connie is her name. Connie.
Connie.
Yeah. She hasn't played in a while though. She knows the owners of Wolf's Den and stuff.
Yeah, I know.
She
some
played.
Connies.
What's the team name? We'll talk about it later. I forgot.
I probably played her, but I came up with this idea because new people in pool, it's really difficult for them to judge the angles, to be able to pocket the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So you take a pool stick
When you cut, like when you're doing
when you're
cuts.
cutting and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it just takes so much time to shoot the shot, miss the shot, go get the balls, put them back, and all that. So I came up with this idea to take a pool stick and put a cue ball at the end of the pool stick. So you can put your object ball there, find the angle, and the pool ball, the cue ball is at the end of the stick, and you can just find the angle and just continually practice and see where you need to hit the object ball to go in.
So you're only the only thing you have to retrieve is the object ball.
Yeah, you just keep putting it back, boom, 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 and you get so many more reps in such a short amount of time, and you get to see what angle works. So that way, when you use real stick and put your cue ball back, you already know the angle because you've already done it a thousand times.
And that's just practicing angles like bumpers and stuff like that.
Yeah, dude,
that's a really good idea.
I know. I was like,
dude, you could do that easily.
I want to create like just a long pool with a regular size, like, ball in the end.
That's true. I mean, you probably could just get a regular pool stick and just.
You could tape it, for God's sakes, but I
drill a
would want
hole in it
to. I
and
would
glue
want
it.
to order it and do it right and make it like a nice product.
Wait, to make a concept first.
Yeah, concept. Yeah.
That's actually not a bad idea. Thread it in.
Yeah.
Like that. That's a
Yeah.
good
You
idea.
can twist it on.
Whoever's listening, don't take this idea.
Take it. Run with it. You owe me though. Yeah.
Do you have any? That is actually a really good idea. Do you have any patents or anything?
I don't have any patents. No patents.
I can see you having one or two for some reason. That's something I've been working on. I've been working on a product too, but it's just for Ray-Ban meta glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not tech-wise. It's just there's no GPS system in it.
Well, I'll tell you what I've done for, I'd say since I was, I don't know, past 15 to 18 years. I had a Google Drive doc, and it's entitled Business Ideas. And
It's just
for
ideas.
years, as soon as an idea comes up, boom, I put it in the doc. So I've actually got some pretty cool docs, and here's what's crazy. Looking back on it, some of these things have come to fruition
For somebody else.
for somebody else.
Isn't it weird how everybody thinks of the same stuff?
Yeah.
It's most of the time I've learned, even DJing, whatever it is, whatever you think of, somebody else has probably already thought about it. Or maybe not as good, but they've also, or, like DJing, the same thing. Like there was this remake. I wanted to do like the Pitbull Time of Our Lives and go into drop it like it's hot. And then there was already a remix of it. And I didn't even. Well, I was new to the game, so I didn't know any better. But I was like, dude, are you serious? There's already a remix of this.
Yeah, one of the ideas that I wrote probably about 12, 15 years ago. I was a network engineer for a Cisco reseller, and we had this technology back then, where the video conferencing stuff.
Yeah.
And I said, wouldn't it be cool for somebody to be able to sit in their living room and watch a college football game and put on a headset and be in a virtual stadium with the actual footage of the game playing on the stadium in 3D? And then come to find out, there's a bunch of companies now that are offering that service where you can be, there's like a bunch of 3D cameras and all this stuff. You can watch the game live in a stadium with other people, randoms. Put these things on. You look over. You're sitting next to a dude from like Chicago, and y'all were both watching.
And
the
you
game.
can
talk to him, talk trash to him.
That's pretty cool.
Like, how do you want to talk about being like you're in the game? You're in the stadium.
You're actually there.
Yeah,
you could throw popcorn at them. And
right.
stuff.
And now they're doing like
that'd be kind of cool too.
With DJing.
Like you could fight the dude beside you.
You fight him. Yeah, throw beer at him, talk
cool
trash.
That'd be
I'm
sick.
telling you, dude.
Oh,
so
God.
and they're doing that DJing now. Like you got the virtual DJing events with the headsets,
Yeah,
and you
I've
can
seen that.
see DJs. I tried that. That's really cool.
Is it easy?
It is.
You can actually mix and stuff.
You can mix. It's actually pretty. It's pretty accurate, dude. CDJs, yeah.
My little cousin, he's like 13. He's got one. He had one of those little.
Yeah.
I guess what is it? The Oculus.
Oculus 3s or
Oculus
2s.
something. And I mean, it kind of made me kind of dizzy, but that was my first time using. I'm sure I would have got used to it.
It makes you dizzy. You get lightheaded and sick. But you can take a go to the record box or Serato or whatever. You can put your playlist on that little SD card and plug it into the Oculus, and you can play it on the CDJs in the virtual environment.
That's pretty wild.
Dude, it's really cool.
God, I wonder if you could stream that.
You can. It's all over the place. You should host an event for your Instagram followers, dude.
That would be sick, actually.
You totally can.
Dang, use my cousin's thing.
Yeah.
Just use his.
Do it. I mean, they're not. You can do it with the Oculus 2s. You don't have to pay like $300 or $400.
What are those? The ones without the cameras?
They still have cameras. They're just not as. They're like black. It's not as good.
Yeah.
But
a lot of pawn shops have those Oculus things.
I know.
You get it pretty cheap.
I'm telling you,
I'm a big pawn shop guy.
Search it. It's fun, and they build these really cool environments like lounge or stadium, and you're like up there, and there's like people can just come in and just watch you jam. They're down in the crowd. And if you're a good DJ, like it sounds cool. The sound quality's amazing.
It sounds good.
It sounds good.
That's awesome.
You can still mix and everything.
Those are pretty cool too, because you can watch TV and not even have a TV in the house.
Or do work on 5 different screens.
Do you do it?
Yeah, I've done it before.
Just trying it out. I just don't know if I can wear that thing the whole time.
You get used to it, but it sucks. Like your head starts hurting, your ears start hurting, your face starts hurting.
That I could see that. Yeah, it's like even playing video games on my setup right here. You know, I have the screens offset. There was an accident, but it kind of like I was thinking about putting a TV up there. I was like, man, it's too much stuff.
Yeah,
but I should. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, we should, dude. Why not? Well, you can get the anchor there, and you can put 3 different screens just going straight up, coming off, or move it around.
And that's what that is. That's actually an arm.
Okay, good. Yeah.
So that's actually a different monitor than that one. They're two different brands.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't realize that the backs of them mounted differently. So that one's higher than the other one. But it's funny because I actually like it because now I can reach behind the one monitor and like put stuff back. It's pretty funny. But I was thinking about doing like a little 32-inch TV or even a 50-inch or something small on the wall.
No, it's good.
Just to have like YouTube or a movie or something stupid, you know?
Yeah.
It'd be cool. But this is also, I Airbnb it sometimes, so.
Oh, well, it would be cool. They'd be taking pictures of it and marketing for you.
Yeah, right. But, so I got to ask you, so the crypto stuff.
Yeah.
You're pretty involved with that, huh?
I am.
Pretty big time?
Very big time. I've got a Web3 development company, crypto development company. We've been in business since 2024. It's called buildthetech.com.
I remember that. Yeah, Build the Tech.
Yep. And in the past, since September 2024, we've brought about 40 projects to market. And I've also built some of my own tech. So if you go to switch.win.
Switch.win.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a decentralized, it's called an aggregator. So the concept here is if you go to Coinbase and you want to buy Bitcoin, you have to buy Bitcoin at the price that Coinbase shows.
Yeah.
Okay. So what our aggregator does is you can connect your wallet. And let's say you're switching Ethereum to Bitcoin, for example, or USDC, dollars to Bitcoin. It will search 1,000 liquidity sources because on all of these exchanges, the prices, there's difference in prices, minute differences.
Yeah.
Sometimes it would be less, sometimes it would be more. But what our software does, it goes out and finds all the cheapest Bitcoin, aggregates it into one order,
Okay.
and then gives the customer the best possible price.
Whether it's like, but if you're buying it in like a big bulk, especially like higher net worth people that are buying it, it's probably those little bit of changes can be thousands of dollars.
You know, we were for example, we were doing. There was one asset that we were doing. You put $150,000 order in, you're getting a $15,000 difference.
That's huge.
Yeah,
that's a lot of money.
And then
the long run.
the way that we make money is we just take like a very small cut, 0.25%.
Yeah, and that adds up too. But
it adds up when you're doing volume. You know, and big orders come in, but it's like, yeah. So Switch.win, we launched on Base Network, Ethereum, and then Pulse Chain. So we're doing that. I'm launching a decentralized exchange very soon. So we've been building that for 6 months. We got that out of security audit, and it looks good. And, you know, I got a lot of other plans. And I built this company also to take advantage of the AI stuff. So we're going to start working on that.
So, and you don't just do that. You do a little bit of everything, though. Like if you want a website built or anything.
Yeah. So let's say you're a business and you don't know who to look out, you know, look for and help out. We can build mobile apps. We can do websites. We can do server stuff. Like if you can think of an idea and you need to find somebody to build it, we can build it for you.
Yeah.
So we got.
That's actually good to know. I have a friend. His girlfriend's looking at. It's again, you know, it's an idea.
Yeah.
But it's an app. I'll tell you. I mean, I'll tell you maybe about it later. It's sort of a. She wants to keep it under wraps. It's actually a pretty damn good idea.
Yeah.
Actually, it's really. I was like, should probably try to do that. You know, and there might be there's things similar, but the concept is different.
Well, and it's not about reinventing the wheel. It's just making it a little bit better.
Yeah, exactly. And I've heard that apps are just kind of difficult though. Like posting them, like I guess getting them on App Store and Apple.
Yeah,
Store.
Apple Store's tough. Google Play, but
they're pretty strict now.
If you do it right and you got somebody who's experienced in how to do it, it's not as bad.
Yeah, you can jump through the hoops, right? Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Is it that difficult to make apps and stuff?
The right way, because you can go out there and you can find like one of these cookie cutter app generators. It only has like 2 or 3 primary features, and then they're going to upsell you on, hey, you want it to look a certain way? Well, you can hire a designer and we'll modify it, customize it for you. Whereas you can just come to us and we do everything in house. And one of the reasons why people like us so much is they have access to us 24/7.
That's pretty sweet.
So we use Telegram. So we put everybody in a group that needs to be in the group, including the customer. And if you have a question, if I'm asleep, I've got a guy in the UK who's awake, and he's part of the team. He answers questions.
That's awesome.
If he's asleep, I got a guy that's on China time right now. He's in Idaho. He's awake. He can answer questions. So we just try to make it very seamless, very straightforward, and just give you a really good product, quality product.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks. You got a lot of things you do, man.
Yeah, I do that from probably about 8 o'clock at night to about 1 a.m. every night.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
For past year, 18 months or so.
Wait, so what's your schedule like? Do you just go, you like do the sales stuff during the day?
Sales stuff during the day. So, you know, probably between like 9 a.m. and on average 3 or 4 p.m., sometimes a little bit later. You know, come home, spend time with the family, put the kids down, eat dinner and all that, and then head up and go to work.
It's grind, man.
Yeah. Dang. So it's one of those things. It's like,
I know I need to play video games. I've been playing video games too much.
Well, I do too. You have to. I'll play video games for about an hour, a couple days a week.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. That's actually why I bought the PC, just because it's like the last year's model. It's just a pre-built, but it's like 4060 G4. It's a pretty decent setup.
Oh, nice, yeah.
It's not too bad. But
I got a 4060 as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I bought it more for just gaming as well as productivity, you know.
Yeah.
Because I do like, as you know, I do a lot of business stuff too, and man, I didn't realize I was doing a lot on my MacBook.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how much having 2 screens was like.
Helps so much to be able to drag over, especially like when I'm streaming and stuff. It's so helpful too.
Yeah.
And I got the green screen set up and just all that sort of stuff. So
really, I need a bigger space, man. I don't have enough.
It's tough, man. It's tough.
That's what I was thinking with the DJ stuff. I wish I had to like pull it out and do a bunch of different moves and put the camera up a certain way. And this,
Yeah.
I wish it was like this where it's, you just, I mean, this is actually what I use for gaming, this boom mic. I just put it on the desk.
Yeah, I've got I've got an SMB Shure because everybody has an SMB Shure.
I just bought the cheapies.
But I mean, nobody's gonna be able to tell difference.
Nah, yeah.
That's the point. Like, I wish I hadn't bought the SMB at the time.
They're expensive. How much are they? Like $400?
Yeah, at the time they were about $400. But there's Amazon mics. Like, you can see reviews on YouTube everywhere where they buy a bunch. They're like, hey, the Amazon sounds just as good as the SMB.
Dude, this effing or whatever it is, I use it USB style. So I'm using it obviously XLR right now. With the interface, but with the USB, it sounds great. I mean, you can't hear me cough when I'm, because my buddy he has an echo in his mic. Well, not anymore because we use Discord. But I would do things purposely to see if I could hear myself.
Yeah,
I would tap it, everything, you couldn't hear it. I don't know if it's just the USB muffles that stuff or if it's just more smart. I guess you would say.
You got Focusrite too, right?
Yeah, the Focusrite.
Do you got the software running? Sometimes they have compressors and limiters and stuff on there.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So that could be it. And then you can even take it a step further and just look for Focusrite VSTs, which will process it even further, and you can, you can cut out certain frequencies or hike the lows up.
Ah, that's true. Do you have a Focusrite?
I do.
Same thing.
I have. Yeah, I think I have the same one. I had a bigger one before, but I didn't need it, so
really?
I just used that.
Yeah, this one's I got it actually at a pawn shop, $30.
That's a good deal.
They're normally like $200. What I was getting it.
Yeah,
$200.
Yeah, Focusrites are good, man.
Yeah,
I don't have an issue.
They're good to have. I mean, I got it for DJing. That's the only reason I started a podcast because I had all this stuff.
Yeah,
never used it, and then I actually enjoy the podcast. Like that's another thing. I mean, I started it up. Some people were actually surprised. I mean, I guess this is episode 16. So
sweet.
I've been doing it once a week. So even if I had to do a solo, I'll do a solo. But I've been fortunate. I've had people jump in, man, want to be a part of it. It's cool.
Dude, absolutely.
Yeah,
man.
it's fun. I mean, and you've podcasted with some heavy hitters too, man.
I have. I've got, I've.
You don't have to say them if you don't want to, but it's
I've some football players.
You're pretty. Yeah, there you go. We'll go that far with it. Yeah,
yeah, and some other folks. Yeah,
some big real estate gurus.
Yeah,
yeah,
the Cardones and those guys, and so yeah, it's nice. I've been trying to actually get with Trax NYC. You know Trax? He's the gold guy in New York.
The gold guy?
Yeah, he's a big gold guy in New York. And
so how do you find? I mean, I just get people. I've had a lot of service industry people, like restaurateurs and stuff like that. But I mean, obviously networking. You taught me a lot about that, just like being more on the social media footprint.
Yeah.
You know? But I mean, do you find these people because of just people you know? Or,
yes.
And that's, I guess, that's all really.
It's almost impossible to do it the other way.
But you're not flying anybody in to Roanoke to do these podcasts, are you?
No, man. I don't do in-person stuff.
Really?
Yeah, I don't.
So most of mine are actually all of mine are in person.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it better that way, but I'm no Joe Rogan or Theo Von either. So to get someone to fly to Roanoke is kind of a stretch. I feel like.
Yeah, like if it was big enough, I'd pay for him. I'd pay like $30,000-$50,000 because I know I'm going to make it back in one episode. Yeah,
is that how much? Is that how much some of these people make?
Like Joe Rogan, I think just to fly out for an hour or two in a podcast is $50,000.
That's how much you make.
That's how much he charges. Sorry, but then based on the views, God, you get 100 million views with a big sort of character. I mean, and across many social media platforms.
I guess you're right. I mean, it almost wouldn't be a bad idea. Maybe get some traction first, but then get somebody like him to come out.
Well, the key is
not him. I mean,
the key is you get somebody in here, and maybe they're kind of known in your area a little bit. You have a good experience, and they're talking and this and that. When you turn the camera off and you say, "Hey, looking through your Rolodex, who do you know that might have a really good story?"
Gotcha.
And then you start working that angle. And then the neat thing is they give you a warm introduction. It's not cold. And you tell them, hey, let them know I'm going to be reaching out to them. Shoot them a text or something for me. So they do it right then and there, or they call them.
Yeah.
And then you reach out, and it's warm, and they're like, yeah, cool. What's up? What's going on?
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was thinking, having I mean, I don't plan, we'll see how far this goes, really. I mean, but I can talk to like just about anybody, That's what I was thinking, like having whoever's really, at this point, it's because it's just starting, it's just whoever comes.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part. Is like who could you get to just show up?
Well, I mean, there was famous music producers like Chris Lake back in the day. That's where I did a podcast. I just asked him, just
Really?
DM'd him like. So just like some of the folks that that's on Instagram, like your DJ guys, you go back and forth, be like, hey man, starting this podcast up. Here's a list of questions I'm going to ask. Would you mind hopping on for 30 minutes to an hour or 2 hours? Or
That's a good idea. And I bought those DJ iMics.
Oh yeah,
the DJ. I actually just bought the minis. They were on sale for like $80.
Oh nice,
super good deal.
Nice.
And I mean now, man. I mean all I really need is my phone stand, my phone, and that.
Yeah.
And I mean obviously it's cooler to have the studio, but not a lot of people. I mean, my mom likes to watch the video, I guess, but it's mostly just online. I mean, just audio only.
How do you get your podcast out?
Spotify and YouTube.
So if you open up an account with Buzzsprout, it'll send it everywhere. It'll send it to like 30 different platforms.
Of Buzzsprout, actually. Yeah. Dang,
Buzzsprout, and it'll do all that for you.
So you upload it just to that, and then it does it all for you, and you link it to everything with email or something. Dang, I'm about to do that actually.
It's the best way to do it.
Yeah, it's hard to do all the other ones, man.
Yeah,
I want to get it on Apple Music and everything.
It'll do it.
Will it do all my old episodes? Or is it only?
I think you can upload the files and it will do it. Takes about a day or two to. Some of these like Amazon, I think they got to check and make sure you're legit.
Gotcha.
But I think there's 20 or 30 platforms that'll send it out to.
That's pretty slick. Yeah, I might have to start doing
just
that.
a press of a button.
What else? Riverside's one.
Riverside.fm.
I think that's one of them.
I would stay away from Riverside.
Not good.
It's just, dude, it's nightmarish.
Really?
It's not user friendly, especially if you're trying to invite somebody to come on. You send them a link. They have to go and download the Riverside software to be able to get in. It's just a pain.
What do you normally use? Like Zoom?
You can StreamYard or StreamYard.
Yeah.
StreamYard's good.
StreamYard or Streamlabs?
You can use StreamYard or Streamlabs.
Okay.
StreamYard's really super simple, and they used to be just kind of like cookie cutter, but they've stepped it up. It looks great.
I need to get that's true, man. I need to get actually you reminded me of somebody that I should get on here too. His name could be a good guy.
Yeah,
he used to live. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just thinking. I just thought about that because I think he did say something about StreamYard because he used to do podcast stuff, and he actually talked about he could do. It's so user friendly.
It's
about that.
so
You just
simple.
reminded me about that.
It's
Sorry,
just
I got sidetracked there for a second.
No. It's a link. You send it to them. They don't have to download StreamYard. It'll just bring them to the green room.
It's just a FaceTime video.
It's just direct, and you can put banners and tickers on the bottom. It's very simple. Just type and do it. So it's easy. They got information bubbles like who is this, what company they're with. They can fill all that out. It's seamless. So StreamYard's like the industry standard.
I got a friend. He moved to Vietnam.
Yeah,
and I'm trying to figure out a way to get him on. And he wants to be on it pretty bad. He's like, he retired there, so he was like, I was gonna just do a Zoom call, but if there's a better way, like
Zoom is weird, dude. I don't like Zoom too because they AI and store all your conversations and look at your permission. So StreamYard, dude. StreamYard, and he can do it from his phone.
That's what I was thinking. And I was thinking of the easiest way, like you said, rather than having to download a bunch of crap, just send the link, they click on it and go.
That's right. It's super simple. I'll show you how to do it.
I like that, man.
Yep.
Dang, so you have a lot of episodes too, huh?
So I've probably between podcast episodes, between live streams, and between like videos, probably like 1,200, 1,300.
Dang, that's good, man. So what's your best platform, you think?
Twitter by far.
Yeah.
YouTube really like throttled me down once I started talking about any sort of politics. So that was tough, and it's hard to claw that back. So I really like Twitter quite a bit.
It's funny. Even you've told me a lot about it, like X, Twitter, whatever, and I just haven't dove into it. Not that I don't want to. I just have so many other social medias that it's just. I mean, I really need to because, same as like TikTok, I feel like you can really network on Twitter very well. That's kind of how it's changed a lot of people.
Yeah, I started on YouTube, and my YouTube channel started blowing up, and then everybody's like, "Hey, you need to get on Twitter. That's where everybody is who talks about your type of stuff." So I reluctantly got on Twitter, and then that just started going crazy.
Really,
getting 500 followers here, 1,000 followers here, and it got quick. So but now I got my time into my business and stuff, and I'm not posting as much anymore. But I'm gonna start firing up the podcast soon.
So how long has it been since you've had one?
An episode?
Yeah.
Probably about a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to start talking to some really interesting people. I found this dude that died, and he went to hell.
I think I remember you saying that.
Like so he had a near death experience. Had a very prominent, like, the world's leading flat earther on. That was a crazy episode.
That? Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, and I've had real estate guys, and I've had just all, like I said, football players and basketball players, and just all sorts of stuff. So,
and like you said, it's just from reaching out. Well, you do some pretty cool stuff, man. I mean, I think there was a official tournament that you did or didn't do.
Yeah,
you couldn't do. You were invited.
No, I went.
You actually went. Okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to think if you went. I couldn't remember.
Yeah, it was called the White Marlin Open.
That's what it was.
It was the
y'all won.
We didn't win, but the top prize is $2.5 million. It was Michael Jordan's tournament. Like, he was.
Hey, that's his host,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. So that was a wild experience. I got a lot of cool pictures and stuff, but yeah, I've got to do that just through networking. I went to Mar-a-Lago and met Trump and stuff, and
that's awesome. Got
to go to a dinner down there, and I've just spoken at conferences and done all sorts of stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
How many people? Like a couple thousand?
Yeah, between online and that, 10, 15, 20,000 people probably.
That's crazy, man.
I got to teach crypto at North Carolina State University.
Dang.
That was pretty cool.
It's kind of a big deal, man.
No. I'm not. I could be a bigger deal if I put more work into it.
Sometimes I feel like it's funny you say that, because you almost have to be just, I don't know. You almost have to be, I can't really explain it. Like, anybody could really, kind of like we're talking about kind of like the boiler room people were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you could really put yourself out there, but if you're not vetted or good, it's just like you really have no credibility in the long run.
Dude, the thing that I realized about social media when I first started, I said, if I can only get this one person on, then I'm going to blow up. I'm going to be famous or something. No. It's like you can get 10 or 15 famous people on, and you've only just gotten to a certain level.
Yeah, it doesn't get you so far.
It doesn't. So you get there, and you're like, wow, this is, no. People have got to get into social media with the mindset that this is going to take 10 or 15 years.
If not longer.
Nobody has that mindset.
No.
So you got to show up every day. They want it right now. They want it right now.
And that's why I've started doing the pod. I just do, like I say, if I got to do it by myself, I do one a week,
Yeah.
And I had to learn from, really Joey Diaz. Him and even Theo Von. Theo Von's one of the biggest podcasters.
I love it.
I actually applied to be on his podcast.
Nice.
I'll probably never get hit back, but whatever. But you never know. I say that whatever happens, happens. But what was I saying? Oh, it's funny because you just want to stay consistent, and it's like a lot of those podcasters, like, man, for first 200, 300 episodes, he's like, what did Joey? He said it exactly like this. He said the first 100 fucking sucked.
Yeah.
The second 100, all right. He's like, we just started getting decent on our 300 because it was his 400th episode.
Yeah.
He's like, and now we're just now at 400 episodes being good enough to like.
You got to cross that threshold where you've got it's all about spotlight. It's all about attention. Mm-hmm. You get enough people listening, and then advertisers have ways to find you, and then they start hitting you up. Once you cross that threshold, then you're doing deals for $5,000 every 6 months, and then 60, and then 100,000, and then big brands come out to you. And as long as you don't do something to screw up the image of your podcast, they stick with you, and you build relationships. So,
well, it's like the thing is, like, I try to be a little, I have some pretty wild, degenerate stories I could probably share.
Oh, we all do, man.
And my buddy, he's like, dude, you need to be, because I'll tell him stories while we're at the bar or something, and he's like, dude, you need to really talk about this on the pod. And I'm like, nah, I probably should.
I don't.
You got to be a little bit careful.
Well, and there's those people that do that.
And you don't,
But I don't, like.
You run out of light eventually.
Well, you run out of light, and once you put that out there, you can never take it back.
Never take it back, man.
Right. And some people were just willing to sell their soul in that way.
And that's actually what I think that's what I was trying to say earlier, is like, you kind of have to sell your soul to be, like you said, you know, you're a big deal. You can be a bigger deal.
Yeah.
But what do you got to do? What do you have to do to fill that gap? And do you want to do what you got to do to fill that gap?
You run into some internal conflicts. You're like, to go to this next level, I got to do X, Y, Z, and I don't know if I'm willing to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I watched the Diddy documentary, man. A lot of people seem like that's what they wanted to do.
How is 50 Cent getting away with that?
I didn't even realize it. Well, I did actually. At the end of it, I saw produced by, but I was like, dude, that is crazy. Executive producer of that, and I think he's getting because in theory, I think he's. I don't want to share any wrong information, but I think he is getting in trouble for defamation.
He's got to be, but he had to have known that. It's already out there.
He's pretty well off.
He don't really care.
But in the long run, I mean,
And then, how did Netflix agree to air it? How are they not going to be held responsible in some way too?
I don't know, man.
So it's like, and then I hear he's working on a Jay-Z rendition.
Because Jay-Z did some stuff?
Yeah. I hear that's in the works.
I didn't even know Jay-Z was a part of any of that. I thought that was a pretty interesting documentary, though. Not just bashing P. Diddy. I didn't realize that P. Diddy was even as big as he was.
I thought it was fascinating to see the story from how he came up and how he made the deals. Like, from a business standpoint,
He's a genius.
He is a genius. He's ruthless too, but he's incessant. He just doesn't give up, and he knows what he wants.
It's crazy.
So I appreciated that.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty wild. Yeah. And I mean, he was just an errand boy. Mm-hmm. He was just like a yes man kid running around, just doing whatever he needed to do to be whatever. And then it was like overnight he blew up.
Yeah,
really
another really good one is the And One documentary.
Who's that? Is that
the basketball brand And One Clothing and all that?
I want to say I might have heard.
It was really, really big, dude. Like,
I remember it.
Allen Iversons and just all sorts of folks were wearing the brand and just talk. Dude, that's a wild story too. You'd appreciate that. I think it's on Netflix.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I like stuff like that. Like, even like the P. Diddy thing. I didn't realize. I mean, just the cultural hip hop. Just like, it was cool seeing life from the '90s to the the teens.
Mm-hmm.
2000. It's crazy, man. It's like life back then was probably better. I'm sure.
It was. Life was. It was interesting. Dude, people got together.
Mm-hmm.
We just don't like. I remember some of the places I grew up. Like, I don't want to. Oh, I grew up poor and all that. There was some points where the only legit toy we had was a basketball.
Yeah.
So we would spend all day at the basketball court, and like come like 5, 6 o'clock, people's dads would start coming out, and their sons were playing, and the moms would come out, and everybody's just like, there's 60 people, and then there's 4 or 5 teams waiting to jump in, and it was just like an experience. And the fight breaks out, and everybody's like egging it on, and then there's drama, and you go back to your house and talk about it. You come back the next day, so it was.
That was cool.
It was cool, and then the music scene too. There's like people are playing music out there, and it's just we don't have that anymore because we don't need it. We've got other ways to communicate.
That is true.
Yeah,
and it's funny. It's like now, you're right. I guess back in the day, I mean, people say all the bikes being in front of the houses where you knew who your friends were. But I mean, really, I mean, I grew up in the neighborhood. Like, I grew up in an apartment complex. It was pretty big. Yeah, locally. I just like a lot of the years I remember. And I had a lot of friends. We would just hop on the bicycles and just go to each other's houses, and you'd knock on the door and say, "Hey, is so and so, here?" And they're playing video games. Can I come in? Yeah, sure. Yep. And it wasn't even a weird thing. It was like your parents told you to come back at a certain time, and they knew you couldn't go.
Dude, it's crazy for me to even have this conversation because it was just normal back then. Yeah, there's just so many like this. Like, okay, I want to take a road trip to New York. All right, let's go. You can just get in your car and go now. Not back then. You had to pull out a map. You had to figure out how to get
there. Yeah, you're right. Now it's like you don't even have to worry about any. I mean, you could just throw a couple pairs of clothes in a backpack and just go. Dude. Now it's like, well, is there going to be a store there? Right. How much cash should I bring?
A lot of these places.
Now we have money.
Yeah, I won't even pack anything. I'll hop on a plane and I'll go to like Miami, and I'll just buy clothes there.
Do you? That's the way to do
and
it.
And toiletries.
Straight up, that's the only way to do it.
Or they got it at the hotel, whatever.
Actually, my buddies and I were talking about this. I did a podcast with a handful of some high school friends, and two of them were at Myrtle Beach during Beach Week when they were like 21 and I was like 18. It was just funny. They were just down there, and one of them, him and I actually had to drive back together. They came just randomly, and then I ended up having to go back with him. It was just like, I don't even know what happened. It was crazy. And this was before Cash App and Venmo and stuff. And his mom had to wire him money to like pay for his vehicle that broke down while he was there. And he just same thing, just hopped in the truck and just took off. The truck breaks down, like it's some old 94 pickup truck. Truck breaks down while he's down there. You know, you can't have your mom Venmo you money or anybody Venmo you money because that wasn't a thing back then. He had to actually go to a place, get it wire transferred. And that was even kind of pretty big technology.
It was.
Know? And then driving back, we didn't have any money to put gas in it. We had $40 together in our names. And it was just enough gas to get us from where we were at the gas station to home. It was crazy looking back.
But it was so much fun.
It was way more fun.
And it's like, here's the thing. You're not going to die, like most likely. You're not going to die. Just go out there and have an adventure. See what happens, man.
Yeah.
People are free. This is what's wild to me. I don't know about your friends, but like people don't get their driver's license anymore.
Yeah.
Like I
know some people from
25 years old or 30 years old that still don't have their driver's license.
I do know people that are in New York that don't have one.
Correct.
I met a DJ, mad cool guy, pretty well known in the game too. We were walking down. We were heading to the subways. I'm gonna show you how to use the subway. You know what I'm saying? I was like, all right. So we started talking, and I don't know why I asked him about driving. I just was like, oh, you just take the subway into town. You don't have to so you don't have to drive. Parking's a pain. And he goes, no, I've never drove. He's like, I've never driven in my life. And I was like, what the fuck? That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, one of my best friends, New Yorker, he still walks or takes a cab or Uber.
Yeah, that's what he said. But you don't want a car in New York.
No, it's too expensive.
It's insane. Yeah, it's not even worth it.
There's no space, and you gotta be rich to have a car out there. Yeah. So everybody uses public transit.
It's so much better. But yeah, it's interesting, man. You're right. I didn't think about that. And like, there's a guy I worked with. He didn't have a license, but he just never needed it. Same thing. I mean, and I'm like, well, at least you should get it. You know, you don't have to have a car, dude, but just do something. He was coming to work with an Uber and everything.
Well, dude, like, you know, I started thinking about it too. I'm like, maybe we should crunch the numbers here. Like, do I even need a car with Uber? Paying the insurance, paying the maintenance costs, paying the gas, this and that. I could just pay Uber every day to go to work. Like, if I was in that situation where I just had to go across town, why would I have a car? Oh, well, what happens when you get home? Well, I live close to downtown, and I can take an Uber, or I can take a scooter, or I can, you know.
I will say, man, they're starting to take the spin scooters out in the wintertime now. It's annoying. Did you notice that?
They're taking them out?
So wintertime, they're not letting you have, they're not leaving the spin scooters out in the city anymore.
I feel so free on those damn scooters, dude. I love it.
It's annoying because you know how I found out?
How?
So I got my windows tinted in my Tesla, and I dropped it off at a place down Shenandoah.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I'm just going to walk back. I'm going to walk back to downtown because normally I'll throw a scooter in the back of the truck or something, and then just when I get there, unload it, just take it. I have a car, so I couldn't do that. But I was like, all right, I'm going to walk into town, and there were scooters all around, and then I'm going to take a scooter back. And I don't know what it was, but I guess I picked the perfect day, and I went to scan it, and it said, we are shut down for the winter. And I'm like, dude, the day that I need this thing, I haven't used it all year until now. Yeah.
That's brutal. Yeah, I love this scooter.
And I had to walk all the way back down Shenandoah. It's hilarious. It was cool, though.
I think I know that
I knew the exercise
tent shop you're talking about.
Yeah.
I've seen it down there.
It's a good one. Yeah, it's a good one. If it's the one we're thinking of. But it's honestly, you don't realize how much privacy you have until you get your windows tinted. Or you don't have, I guess, until you get
no. I know.
It's like you just do. I mean, honestly, you do anything. But
every time I got my windows tinted, dude, I get pulled over every time.
Really?
Dude, they got me. They bring that little machine out and,
for real?
And test the
See, mine are like dark, but they're dark enough.
You got any eye problems? Because
No.
if you did, you could get a waiver.
I mean, I could probably pretend or something.
You should pretend, man.
Yeah.
Go talk to your optometrist.
What time is it, man?
I got no clue. I have a clock. Turned it off for you.
We've been talking for 2 hours.
Nice.
I didn't realize it was that long. Dang, dude. How long do your podcast normally go for?
Hour to 2 hours.
That's what I do, yeah.
Yeah.
I try not to go too far over because people lose interest. Well, we had some good topics, though, really.
We probably could have kept talking a lot.
I know, that's what I was thinking.
All sorts of avenues we could have gone down.
Yeah, man, we'll have to do it again.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe I'll be on yours next time.
Yeah.
You know.
Let's go.
Do you have a studio at your place or?
I do. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Got a nice little setup. I got like a computer setup, and then I have like a nice like legit backdrop setup on the other side of the room.
Yeah, it's funny. I wanted to have. It's just hard to coordinate. It's easier to coordinate like the guests, but it's hard to coordinate someone to help you be like a moderator. My mom actually wants to be a moderator for like the live stream, because I was thinking about doing podcasts and live streaming them.
Yeah.
And I was thinking I could have somebody here with the because it's two separate computers, have that computer turned, that screen turned, and then we could read off of this one. But it's just hard to coordinate somebody else to be here. You know?
Well, I'll tell you this too, man. Business opportunity, podcasting studios.
There's none here.
And
build your own, but then let people rent it.
Yeah, they could rent an engineer too. They could buy services off you, edit it, all that sort of stuff.
Because Theo Von and them, I don't think Joe Rogan does. He seems like he just stays in Austin. But Theo Von I think he's got some remote place. He's got, or do they just, is that what they do? I guess the big podcasting companies, if someone's on tour and they need to shoot a podcast, they just go to a studio and decorate it the way that they need it. It's crazy.
Yeah, because Spotify built Joe Rogan's new place. Pretty sure. I'm not sure about the others, but
he's had quite a few, I think.
Yes.
But I think Theo, when he's on tour, he's not on tour right now, but I think when he travels, it's like they'll come into a room like this or something and then set it up to look like his actual studio.
Did you see Theo when he came to Roanoke?
Did you?
My wife did. They said they died laughing, dude.
Really? I never really looked. I never actually watched his stand up. Believe it or not, I listen to a lot of his podcasts.
Yeah,
it's pretty funny. I mean, even Joey Diaz. I listen to every Tuesday.
Joey Diaz. I love it when Joey and Joe and Theo all get in the same room together.
They haven't done it in a while, man.
Dude, I'd die.
It's so funny, dude. Especially when they first, you hear like the early days when it was like 2016, 17. You get, Theo. When he was first coming up, he wasn't even close to famous, and like Joey's even like, yeah, this guy's got potential. He'll be somebody one day, and then sure enough,
he was.
He is who he is now, And it's crazy because people. That's the weird thing about social media. Kind of going back to that, a lot of people think that person is like famous all of a
instant.
sudden.
They don't see the iceberg under the water.
Bro, he's been grinding since 2005. I didn't realize that Theo's been doing comedy and just being whatever the hell he was doing since then. You just got to outlast the people who are going to give up. Like 90% of people give up the first 3 months. And then you get like 5% of people give up within the first 6 months. And then like after all is said and done, you have like 1/2 of people that'll actually do it for 5 or more years. That's true. And that's why that's what I was going to say with the DJ stuff. I got to thinking, I'm in my 5th year, and it's like I want to keep it going, but I needed a break though. I'm not DJing probably a good half of this year.
Let me tell you what you need to do, man. That's just the same advice I give myself. It's like just stop working for other people and just do your own thing. Make your own event.
So I wanted to do that actually around here locally, and I have a couple ideas. I just got this travel project coming up next month, and I'm just focused on that. But they were having a grand opening over here at Fork, and I was thinking about like for a space that they're having, and I wanted to have a house music event. I wanted to have me open it, and then Suds be in the middle, and then we got another guy. He's actually a doctor at the hospital, and he brings a crowd. And I was like, the thing is, dude, I don't do it because I want to be like I don't care. I'm not trying to be the headliner. Like if I know somebody's going to bring a better crowd at the better time, then like you can have that.
Well, dude, that's the thing, man. Just create an event that you're going to have fun at, and there's no expectations because you run it. That's the way to do it. Build the world that you want to see, and don't work for somebody else.
Because that's what a lot of these DJs aren't doing locally. None of them are actually creating an event.
Right.
They're DJing an event.
Yeah.
But they're not hosting their own.
Yeah.
That's true. And I do have a pretty decent network of outside DJs,
dude,
too.
even if it's like,
if it's just me.
Just go to a place and say, hey, listen, let's try this out. 3 months, every other weekend, Sunglass Sundays or Sunglass Saturdays. And
everybody's got to wear sunglasses.
Sunglasses come in, and it's just good. It's like First time it's like 10 to 15 people, and then it's 10 to 15 people again. This 20, then 30.
It's actually a pretty good idea. Just you have to wear sunglasses.
Yeah,
It's something stupid.
And then you have like a
That'd be
themed
funny.
drink that's this discounted. It's like an orange crush, like out at Virginia Beach. Like they're just making orange crushes, fresh orange crushes for everybody.
Orange crushes are good.
Yeah, and that just spreads, and just be consistent. And it's like you have nothing to worry about because you can play whatever you want because you're throwing the show. Nobody
Yeah.
can tell you different. And people are
That's
there
true.
for that vibe, dude.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's very true.
And it's not probably not any more work than you have to deal with negotiating with these bar owners and doing all that.
Yeah, I had a friend. He does a lot of stuff in Jersey, and I was asking him how he does it, and he says he charges door fees, but he's like, you can also do a percentage of the bar. So if you bring 100 people, we'll just say 100 people, just easy numbers, you get a percentage of whatever their sales are. So if they sell $10,000 and you want 10%, you get 1,000.
Yeah.
You know, just easy numbers. But he's like, that's how we end up doing it.
You get a good night where a lot of people came out, a lot of money was spent. You get a good kickback. Let's say you make like $1,000, you know, or whatever.
Yeah.
Take that $1,000, put it in Facebook ads, and then you'll pack out forever after that.
And do another one, yeah.
It's just like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah, that is true. You know, and that's kind of what I was thinking. Even I just thought about doing door fees, just charging. But you know, I just feel like people around here don't do that. You know,
Then don't just deal directly with the bar owner. Be like, hey, you know, 3 months, you're probably going to get on average probably about 30, maybe 20 to 50 people.
yeah.
And this is a slow night for you anyway.
That's what I was thinking. You're already open.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of what my buddy said. He said, don't do it every weekend because what happens is it's just
burnout.
You get burnt out. He's like, do it once a month, like you said, once every 2 months. You know, once every other Saturday, every Saturday. He's like, then they know. All right, damn, I missed that last one. That last one was crazy.
Yeah.
And that's how you actually build and it gives you more time to make it better.
I threw my own parties in Virginia Beach, and I threw them at this place called Manila Bay. It was owned by these Filipinos.
I figured.
And they were just begging for somebody to come and bring them business. I'm like, all right, tell you what, we'll throw it once a month. It's going to be a theme party. I'm going to have 4 or 5 DJs. You guys pay the DJs X amount of money, and we're just going to try it out. So it's like 6 months in, dude, we're packed out. It was Halloween. It was called Back to the Future. And I went out to the DeLorean Club in Virginia Beach and got them to bring a car out, a DeLorean, Back to the Future car, and pop it open. So everybody's coming up, decked out. There's DeLoreans there and stuff. And the guy was letting people like take pictures in it and all that sort of thing.
Dang, that's pretty cool.
So, dude, it was like you find the right partner, find the right bar owner that's like cool and chill, and they love you.
Yeah, that's true. It's probably not that hard.
It's not.
Because I know when we do Portobelloza over there, it gets a little bit crazy, but you don't even need to do it they do it kind of too big. I mean, it's just too much. I mean, I wouldn't say too big, but it's just like a lot of sound equipment and everything. I was thinking about just doing a small space and just bringing like decent speakers.
You
and
always start small space.
Yeah, I don't want to go huge because then if it's empty, it looks like terrible.
Bingo.
Yeah. I'm like, dang, this sucks.
We would start house parties first. Now, you don't have to do that now. You could start somewhere, a small bar, but house parties, then it would get me too big for the house party. And then we would put everybody in like a text thread or something and say, all right, we got this bar. We're going to do the same thing. And then that bar, after a couple events, would start to fill up. And then you go to a bigger one. Mm-hmm. So that's how you snowball it. Start with 5 people and then say, guys, we're going to do this again, but you have to bring at least one person. And they're allowed to bring one person. So then it just starts going, man.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
And like structure it that
Just
way.
do it naturally. Don't try to like swing for the fences. Just gauge interest. Say, I'm doing this thing. Bring your people. You get 5, 10 people, and then you just that's your core group that starts the rest of it.
It's true.
Yeah.
Just keep it consistent.
Yeah, man.
And then you get people, and that's the biggest thing is like getting people that aren't just your friends too. Like get people that really you don't know too. You know what I'm saying? Get a little bit of everybody.
Well, you're multiplying yourself. Mm-hmm. You bring that person, and you tell that person they can bring somebody, and that person tells somebody they can bring somebody. So you don't know these people, but they all stem from your original core group for 5 people.
That's true.
So that's how you do it, man.
Just crazy.
Make sure the alcohol's good or whatever they want, and make sure the music's good, and focus on good DJs. Like and One of the biggest problems that I saw coming back into Roanoke and some other places was like when I was in Virginia Beach, everybody knew I was a beginner.
Mm-hmm.
And they put me on the opening set and they told me, don't play bangers. You got to warm the crowd up.
Yeah.
And everybody knew that was in that set list, 5 people. The 9 o'clock DJ, it's chill. 10 o'clock DJ, bring up the energy a little bit. 11 o'clock DJ, you want to do some break beats or whatever. 12 o'clock, you got like the co-main event. And then, so you got to build the night that way too, because people, they're not too into the music at the beginning of the night. They're kind of awkward. They don't know the people around. They're warming up.
You don't want to play the bangers, and that's true. It's like when we do the porch thing, it's like when we did a DJ set. What was it? It was 1, 2, 3. It was 4 DJs.
Yeah,
and then we did silent disco, and I actually was the one before, like the headliner, I guess you would say.
Yeah,
and it was whatever, but I played way off. I mean, I went way left field, bro. I played like Oogum Boogum or so. I was like, Oogum Boogum, wherever it goes. And then I went into Michael Jackson. Like, I went way left of what the person before me was already playing. But they also, when they put it on the flyer, they put what I was going to probably play, But it was funny because, I mean, you got to throw a wrench in there. You don't want to have 2 different DJs. You don't want to have a DJ and then that DJ transition from that person to that. Mm-hmm. You don't want it to be the exact same. Like whenever I do guest sets or something, like I was in Maryland. There's a cool place called The Spot is what it's called. It's super dope, man. And they're like EDM heads in there too. It's pretty fun. And there was a guy DJing before me, and it was Christmas. It was actually the Christmas weekend or weekend after Christmas, something like that. And I did this. I just did a hard we just cut the music. Actually, I don't even think we did do a smooth transition. We were unplugging stuff out of his controller and putting it into mine because he got there earlier.
Yeah,
and he didn't use my 1000. He used his, and we were just like flipping stuff to make it work. And I actually was like, it just so happened a girl wanted us to give her a birthday shout out, and I was like, hey, you want to get on the mic? I didn't even know this guy. I never met him. He's like, he was kind of nervous. I get on the mic, and I was like, handed it to him. He got on the mic. It was just like, man, I want to say happy birthday, blah blah blah. Whatever. And then he got a little nervous, and he's like, my boy DJ Jack Carter, and he handed me the mic, and then I got on the mic. I was like, yeah, I'm DJ Jack Carter, and let's get it going. There wasn't a lot of people in there, but it was cool. And then I came in with the Charlie Brown song.
Love it.
With the Christmas Charlie Brown song, and then I have a remix that Ragoza is a DJ Ragoza. You've heard of Ragoza?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
He has a sick remix of that with the song Hip Hop by Dead Prez.
Nice.
And it's the same beat, but it's just like
nice.
And
that got everybody's attention.
And people were kind of like, okay, what's going on here? And that's like, I love doing hard switches like that. Like Scratch Bastard really showed me that too. Just watching him, he's sick, man. Like that dude. I've seen him live one time, and it was at DJX, and he did that. He came in and he brought in like this violin. It was the next episode.
Yep.
And it was a remix by Nick Bike, and he's the only one that has it. So I talked to Nick Bike in DC, and he's like, yeah, Scratch is the only one that has that.
Oh dang!
I was like, no way. And but Scratch Bastard, it's kind of funny. I'll just tell you this story because you're familiar with Scratch Bastard, right, dude? So he did that show, and he did that. He played that song, and it really mellowed that energy out. Into the night set, he got on the microphone, and he was just doing his work. And then he just started cutting. And I was like, dude, this guy's an animal, man. And long story short, because I knew some people that he knew, I ended up hanging out with him and like some other big, like Scram Jones, a bunch of heavy hitters out on the boardwalk at Atlantic City. And ended up going home or going back to the hotel, waking up in the morning. And I ended up seeing Scratch walking through the parking lot of the hotel. And we talked for like 30, 45 minutes, man. And it was kind of funny because he remembered me. He was like, oh, man, it looks like we're on the same schedule. We just started talking. And I was just like, dude, nobody's really doing it the way you're doing it. Like you're incorporating the club culture, but also you're showcasing your DJ skills at the same time.
Yeah.
But it's weird. You're not doing it both. You're like sort of separating it, but you're still,
still works.
And he just was like, it's kind of back to what you were saying. He found a niche.
Yep.
He found a crowd. He found the people to do it for, and he just focused on that.
And he's probably found his creativity. Like you can have really creative ideas. Yeah. But if it doesn't resonate with the people that are listening, you got nothing.
Exactly.
And so it's really hard to find your sound.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he has a brand too. Like he kind of created that brand. And that's why I I created like Spence First the World as like podcast, stream, YouTube, just everything. Like
Good.
I was doing like Jack Carter. I mean, a lot of people know me as that. I probably just stick with that. But now it's just like one whole brand.
Yep.
And it's just, I mean, I say it's a brand, but I just try to make everything the same.
Oh, it's your brand. That's what it is.
Yeah, because well, it kind of works too. I travel and stuff, so it's like Spence First the World. I think it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, but yeah, it's just finding. I guess it's finding your niche, man. Just sticking with it, you know.
Yeah, find your niche and keep pushing the limits, dude. Try stuff that nobody's trying. Like I've got all these ideas about when things slow down, what I'm going to start doing with these stems and all that, because I'm also a music producer.
Mm-hmm.
And like one of my first out of town gigs, I got booked in Leesburg, Virginia, at this place called the Bass Bunker.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember taking actually the Back to the Future sample. Dun, 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 da, ba, da, ba, boop, ba. So I took that and I layered it on top of this like long electro intro with violins and stuff, and then it just comes in and hits hard.
That's sick.
But I used FL Studio to kind of make the mashup and make sure it worked and sound good. And dude, same thing. It's like I got on after somebody else had been playing, and they just all started looking up like, okay, what's going on here? And even the owner was like, hey man, like I need you to help me out here, like you know. So it's all about being original, having ideas in your head and executing on them.
That's true. It really is.
Because how many ideas do you have that you actually don't do anything with? They just kind of fade away. You know, sometimes you get an idea.
Probably too many, man.
Yeah,
and that's the thing, man. I gotta stick with it. It's like it sucks because like sometimes I have not really to rely on somebody, but I have somebody that's better at it than me.
Sure.
Like I have a friend. He's a killer 3D printer, but he also has his own stuff. He can design things. He's sick, dude. He's very intelligent dude. But he's got his own projects, and I have to respect his own projects, you know. And it's like I need him to maybe help me with designing this thing and that I'm trying to work on, and I know that he's got his own stuff. And you don't want to be too pushy, but then if you stop, kind of keeping the ball rolling, then it eventually stops, and then you just forget about it, and then you miss an opportunity.
I know
that happens to me a lot.
It just kind of fades into the abyss.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then you're like, dang it, and then sometimes it's like I probably wouldn't have. I mean, actually, what I'm trying to work on, I know is a good idea. I would have already given up on it, but yeah.
There's so many cool things coming, man. So many cool things coming, especially with DJing. There's so much cool software, AI stuff out there, and I've been kind of keeping tabs on that. But it's gonna be like, are we gonna have a job here in 10 years? You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
I think we will. You know, because one of the reasons why people book DJs is because they have a flavor and they have a certain vibe and communication skills, and you can't really get that with AI.
No, you can't get that with a robot.
You're not a person.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
Damn, man. Well, you want to wrap this up, man? We've been talking forever.
Let's wrap it.
All right, guys, how we do? We go Spitz vs. the World podcast. Do a clap real quick. We got the Brandon Davis show, a little collaboration right here, man. This dude's super cool. Knows a lot of people. Definitely glad to have him on here, man. I've been doing a lot of service industry people. Yeah. And I'm like, I mean, I love it. I think it's funny, but I'm like, man, I got to switch it up a little bit.
Dude, thanks for having me on, dude.
Yeah, definitely. I'm glad I saw you the other night. I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah. That was a good time, man.
Thanks for the Texas Tavern, by the way.
I got you. I got him a couple cheesy Westerns or something, I think.
Yeah, we ended up doing a bowl with onions and all kinds of stuff, too.
Yeah.
I added that to the, man.
Yeah, man.
God, dude. That stuff's good, but the next day you're kind of like...
Oh, that stuff's good, but you pay for it. You
either pay me now, pay me later.
That's right.
That's how it is.
That's
man.
right.
You get taxed twice.
You're right about that.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah, dude. Well, we'll wrap this one up.
All right, guys.
Thank y'all for joining us. I don't have any sponsors yet, so
it's coming. It's coming.